Hi everybody, I'm Laurie from Laurie's Mechanical Marvels, and welcome to the Monday Club.
It's Monday, it's 70th, and the Bronx are fueled. It's time for the Monday Club, featuring your host, Jennifer Kirk, with the help of Stupid Monkey and a wizard called Gandalf. Featuring the sounds of the Glastonbury Symphony Orchestra and the musical stylings of Gordon the Music Maestro. Let's get ready to Loco!
Exclusive Monday Club William Loudon Sons Palbrick Wagon is now available from Rails of Sheffield. Order yours now with confidence.
Let's get ready now, let's get ready now, let's get ready to gronk it!
Hello. I seem to be on a very tall chair.
That's okay, we can...
Do you get the impression that we've messed this up?
Oh, well, there you go, because the Cupboarding Monkey has elevated the camera.
Yeah.
We've got a giant Jenny and a tiny iron horse.
I'm engaged.
Yes.
Engaged Iron Horse.
And I'm in double O. So big hello to 3B Rail, Richard Swiderski, Patrick Ling, Valleys 56XX, Dion Wollaston, Flammo Chairman 1, Aaron, Hot Dog Pilot. Says, hi girls, my birthday today, ladies, says Dion Wollaston. Happy birthday to you, squash tomatoes and stew, bread and butter in the gutter. And you smell like one too,
and many more.
So, hello to Aaron, Hot Dog Pilot Andy, 1968 Concord says, yippee, I'm bang on time, evening all, warm night, warm welcome. Big hello to Trains Kits, etc. Harry Sedgwick, Mike Lane, TT120, James Pett, I do approve. Zantec, New Junction, says Craig Small, yeah.
First time in my life, mate.
Busby Junction, hello to you. Andy Stewart, Malcolm Moore, Nick at Bletchton High Level, Caroline Rogers, Retro Rambles. Oh, hello, what?
Hello, I'm Gandalf, and I just came here to say I am going to be heading off to Hobbiton to partake in the Halfling's Leaf. So I thought I'd say right now that a Monday Clubber is never late, Toto Wagons, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Thanks, Gandalf. So you're going off to get stoned, then?
No, I'm off to get some Halfling Leaf.
So you're going off to get stoned, then?
Is Halfling Leaf like semi-skimmed milk?
The Halfling Leaf is very good for the puff.
Oh, you're a bit of a puff, then?
And what if you're not a puff? Can anyone partake on the beer puff?
And yes,
Bye.
Richard. Yeah, right, smell you later. Right, go on, sod off and bring the fan up with you.
Oh, you're talking to me, are you? I thought you were talking to Gandalf.
Yeah, we'll go after him and make sure he's heading off towards the cake cupboard.
Okay.
Growl the Blackwood Engage Layout, a big hello to you. 1968 Concord, Dave Swindon Junction, Sue at Pudham Junction, Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath, Richard Swiderski. Oh, we've got. It's great, isn't it? It's like, oh, I see your attention's elsewhere. Let's slow down and stop on a random point. Yep, it is I think it's the 85th anniversary of the Mallard 126 mile per hour speed run.
Happy birthday to you.
You live in a zoo. You look like a monkey. And you smell like one too. John JMC, it's our guru of sound. Big hello to you.
Hello, John.
Retro Ramble says Iron Horse Railways always reminds me of the Motorhead song.
Well, I do like Motorhead, and I do have a leather vest just like Lemmy, and I'm wearing the signature black shirt like Lemmy as well. I do like Motorhead.
Oh, right. Hey, so you riding with the driver and built for speed?
Well, absolutely, yes.
Yeah,
And
sorry.
when I'm killed, I'll be killed by death.
Oh, but yeah, they are, yeah. But
whatever you do, you must not forget the Joker.
Yeah. He always plays the ace of spades. And
any more Motorhead puns, put them in the chat.
Yeah. Is he the one Orgasmatron, the outstretched
Well, he's a
grasping
politician
hand?
and he controls your...
Yeah. But we are the road crew.
We are the real crew. Speaking of which, have you got another tube of super glue for me?
Uh,
Now that was good.
yeah, I see what you did there. Yeah. Carpets by Axminster. Right, Spongate Junction. A big hello to you, Robin Silver. Mike Lane TT120 says, what are the A4s? Well, the one on the turntable is Police Chief Wiggum, aka Walter K. Wiggum. Behind it is Empire of India, you can see there. But the two that are whistling around at high speed, we have got the green one. Is that you whistling? That is unnerving. The green one is Mallard, and the blue one is
Look at the size of that tower of coke.
It's the Tower of Power.
Or is that a line of coke?
Careful now. Right, there you go. Might make you a little bit gaseous.
Gaseous.
Hello to Wardle Road. Great to see you.
Hey up, Ollie.
Yeah. How's the 88 DS
How's
doing?
the fleet coming along, old boy?
Is it? Yeah. Have you got any designs on those Class 47s that Harry needs?
I reckon before long he'll have one. He'll have a big proper diesel at some point.
Yes.
He will do.
Yes.
He'll sell the house. Sell all the stuff.
We've followed our Ollie since he first started getting itchy feet and was talking about buying a 5-inch gauge. And he's sort of like, from those early days, he's upgraded and upgraded.
I think his attitude was go big or go home. Let's not bother with the 5-inch gauge. Standard gauge is what we
Well,
want.
it only seemed like 5 minutes because he bought the auto tank, which I then bought it off him.
He did acquire.
And then he bought an 01, the Great Northern Railway 01.
Yeah, he did.
And then the next thing I knew, he'd bought a brake van.
Speaking of brake vans, Jenny.
Yes.
What's that over there on the layout?
Oh, hold on. Let me press the magic button. Press the magic button down by
See how
the...
smooth that Segway was then.
Yeah, down on the farm. Oh, it's working. There we go. Right, so, brake van. And look, the roof comes off. That is one of... Let me just... yeah. Look at that. So there we go. Try and get the light in it. We've got full detailed interior, including the mechanism that makes the sanders work. And that's the new one from Rapido. So I've just filmed a review. And the other one as well, have seen the Toads in the shop, so they are out there. I've not seen anywhere selling the Laureates yet, but I have received one, so that features in the review. And really quite interesting wagon, looks great. The brake rigging particularly, you look through there, you can see all the brakes. Normally the brake rigging does seem to be detailed for the sake of detail, but on the Laureate Y, you can actually see
What
it.
I'm impressed with is the tie-down hooks. They're actually they're actually physically there. It's not just moulding.
And the thing about them is the paperwork says that they come in the detail bag to apply separately, but for some reason the factory went above and beyond, and they come ready fitted. So I'm just going to stick them back there. I'm going to push this up here so perhaps
Michael
we can...
TT120 says...
Oh, I say!
You were saying who is the fourth A4 then?
So Tim Krinsky has gifted 50 Jennifer E. Kirk memberships. Whoa! Oh my word! Oh, that is incredibly generous. I didn't even know you could do that.
Wow!
So, so we've got a whole load of people being gifted membership. Oh my word! Thank you so much. I didn't even know you could do that.
So does that mean those people then now have to pay, or is it just
No,
like...
I think it means that they get
pay for them?
get a month. I think.
Wow.
I've never seen that before. Thank you so much. That is an incredibly
That is crazy.
generous
The chat is just
gesture.
going, that's crazy.
Oh, thank you so much. So, all the people now who have found themselves gifted a membership by Tim Krinsky, an incredibly generous move. That means that all you guys have access to the extra icons. So you'll find a whole bunch of emoticons that you can now use in the chat. And you will also get ad-free access to the Friday videos, which generally go up a day early. So you'll be able to watch the Friday video on Thursday. And that will include the review of those 2 wagons. So thank you so much for that. Zantek says, and his bank manager goes, no. And there we are. New Junctions found the emoticon. So thank you so much. That is an incredibly generous gesture. Thank you so much.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't know you could do that as well. So big hello to Mousehole Rail, Ruben Ashwell, Robert Davies, Clive Cobold, Southern Train Girl, I think is in as well. Busby Junction, J94, Suet Budham Junction. So we got a really great turnout today.
Yeah.
Don't forget to tickle the like button, share the stream, and also subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so. But I mean, that is, wow, we've got so many channel members now. That is just great. And thank you so much for that generosity.
So what was that final A4 then?
The final one, what that's running,
There's 3 of them.
it's got Sir Nigel Gresley as the blue one.
So Nigel Gresley.
Sir Nigel Gresley, which is actually one of the more recent Bachmann models, which I quite like. A lot of people steer clear of the Bachmann A4 models, but if you go for the ones which are DCC ready, they're not a split chassis, they were retooled. The decoder socket is in the locomotive, but it's quite generous on space, and they are actually possible to sound fit quite well. I think that needs to stay alive, to be honest. They do run really well, but that one needs to stay alive. I think I just need to adjust the pickups. So Tim Krinsky says, cool, that is what that... I like that. Tim Krinsky says, cool, so that's what that button does. Oh, dear. But thank you so much. I wouldn't look at your bank account anytime soon.
What's that? A membership is what, £2?
I thought it was £1. I don't know. Sarah Davis says, I seem to be unintentionally buying a lot of Lima stuff.
Lima stuff?
Yeah, well, to be honest, actually, some of the later Lima stuff, like they did a Class 59, was it? Or was it Class 66?
66.
That's the one that's now the Hornby Railroad Plus model, and which is actually regarded as being a pretty reasonable model. You know, it's not got all bells and whistles, but for the budget conscious, then it's definitely one.
I would submit that the Lima stuff is a bit like a transit van. It's very crude, but it will run forever. And it will always be around and always useful.
I think some of the later stuff is very, very good. And actually, some of the Continental Lima stuff, if you've ever looked at some of those, some of that stuff is really good. But there's an awful lot of Lima stuff that was not good. Case in point, the Sea Cows and Sea Lions.
I've got a couple of those, they are nice.
The Lima ones.
Re-wheel them, get some little detail pack from Westall Wagon Works or something like that, and then you've got...
They look nice until you put them next to the Hornby or the Bachmann ones, and then you see all the deficiencies. So, big hello to Raymond Anthony 127, Madden Steam Railways, King Fox Junction, Andy Stewart, Chobberton Junction, Exarcon 42 says, I have Gresley and Eisenhower from Bachmann, great runners. I've got loads. I kind of made it my mission. You don't have any A4s, do you?
I don't have any steam engines at the minute.
Are you well?
I'm not well. I'm not a steam
You're sick.
fan. It's no secret that I'm a dirty diesel boy.
Dirty diesel.
I'm not a fan of steam engines. There's one or two, but they all look the same.
And Nick at Bletchley High Level says, I spent the whole weekend at the Bluebell Railway Model Rail Weekend and did not buy one railway-related item. I must be going down with an illness.
Now, that is a man that's ill. That is an illness.
That
You want
is
to get
actually.
that checked up, man.
Mark Wilson says, I bought a Lima 59. I honestly don't think it's ever been used and the box is perfect. It even came with additional details. Krista Duke, big hello to you. Tim's Model Railway and Different Video says, no farting today, Craig.
It's not me that's been departing.
No,
this
no.
one here.
Big hello to Paul Murphy and Valley's 56XX says, there's an interesting article on improving Lima locos on Key Model World.
I think I've
And
seen that, actually.
Wardle Road says every stream needs a Tim Krinsky. Absolutely, Tim, legend.
MVP,
Thank you so
mate.
much.
Really nice.
What are we looking at? So that one's getting. I might have to change Sir Nigel Gresley because that's getting a bit annoying. We will change it for another A4 though.
Craig's GT3 is neither steam nor diesel. Now, we had this conversation earlier, and that's why I like the GT3, because it looks somewhat like a steam engine, but it's got a proper fuel source.
I like this.
Not on fire rocks. Who was that one there?
Oh, there was some kind of clown. I think there is a big risk of an Did you just let rip?
Oh, no.
And there is an invasion of clowns imminent. That would be the tumble of clowns passing through. Patrick Link says, what's in the news, Jenny? Well, it's the 85th anniversary of the speed run of Mallard. So we do have Mallard running. You're just seeing it passing your camera now. So Nigel Gresley going the other way in blue. Being a bit of a naughty thing, there's Nigel Gresley in blue. It occasionally seems to be hesitating on a point.
It might be that point, you know, John.
It was
Or
doing...
a combination of the two.
I think it just needs the pickups adjusting, but we may take it off and change it in a moment. Mountain Steam Railway says, I could be thought of as Mr. Southern Steam, as my layout is a Dad's Army layout on 2 small boards. Huh? Don't tell him, Pike.
One Gok says, isn't coal a proper fuel? No, you're setting fire to rocks, old boy. That's
No,
not proper fuel.
fossilised trees.
Fossilised trees
It's
and
like
dinosaur poop.
it's like going. Yeah, but then again, that's what you're doing with oil as well.
Yes, but you see,
Oil is freshly.
kerosene has to be refined and improved, and you get more from kerosene than you do from coal. That's why they tried it. It didn't work.
It's more convenient
And
because
if
it's a
I'm not-
liquid.
If I'm not mistaken, it also set fire to a few stations, didn't it?
GT3, signal gantries,
Yes, there was.
footbridges, anything above that was made of anything combustible. Apparently,
Well,
photographers'
essentially, you had a
eyebrows.
flamethrower on the top of it, didn't you? For all intents and purposes.
Mark Wilson says, what do you think of the prototype HST? This has been announced as a partnership between the National Railway Museum and Rails. And it's not for me.
I think it looks like a HST that was like you bought it on Wish.
Yeah, it's like
No,
a
it's not.
HST that got severely beaten with the ugly stick, and then somebody went, I've got an old bus shelter we can stick on the front to cover the hole. Yeah, it's like
I know what you mean. Yeah.
aesthetically, it's like
It's not for me.
it's like
not for me.
I'll have what he's
Not for me.
smoking.
If I was going to get a HST, I'd just get the HST.
Yeah, and the thing that people are finding a bit peculiar, and I think that they've missed a trick on this, is that they're only doing the preserved one. Of course, there was a pair of these things, one for each end of the train. Now, in late departmental use, only one of them could be seen running on trains, so the test trains. And of course, the other unit was scrapped, I think in about 1990 or 89, 90, something like that. But for a lot of people, they kind of want the full pair. And I think it's a missed opportunity that they're not doing a pair. Although they may announce that in time. Do you want a drink, by the way?
I've got one here.
Oh, have you? All right.
Rail sent out an email today saying that they've got the dynamometer car from Rapido on sale just for today to celebrate the speed record of Mallard. And it's worth, I think, for what it is, it's worth picking one
10%
up.
off, isn't it? So it's
It's
like...
somewhat like that. It's 120 quid, something like that. But
Yeah.
for the amount of detail you get in that dynamometer car, and we know full well that they can literally survive falling off the back of a van.
Literally, they can fall off the back of a lorry and survive. I've got one somewhere, and
Yes, it's
it's
lost in
like
the
if I
archive.
hadn't of not thought about it until about 10 minutes before the stream started, we'd actually have the dynamometer car going around because I've got one from the original release.
Performing decoder surgery.
Sean Overbury, a big hello to you. Jennifer Horton, we got as well. Dave Swindon Junction. Mark Wilson says just buy 2 and change the number. There is that, but I think a lot of people don't like to do stuff like that. We were talking
I'm
a bit
not a
like,
fan of it.
yeah. I
I'm
mean,
not
the
a fan
problem
of it.
we've got.
I mean, I'm actually messing up fitting nameplates, so I'm not.
I think a lot of people wouldn't quite feel comfortable.
That's why I'm good at weathering, because essentially you're just ruining you're ruining it.
It's controlled ruining.
Absolutely, yeah. Controlled ruining. I'm great at that, but in upscaling,
Interesting. Jennifer Horton says the other HST power car was used for collision testing after Polmont in the late 1980s.
What was Polmont?
I think it was a crash. Paul Murphy says, Jenny, what year did you start building your layout?
Was it in black and white when you first started?
No, 2017, I think. So it's been large.
Quite old then, isn't it, really?
No, well, that-
What it is.
Yeah, but most of what you see was done in the first 18 months.
That's pretty impressive.
I didn't hang about, it must be said.
No.
Let's just, oh, no, there we are. There we've got the picture. Oh, so what else have we got in the news? Do we have any other news?
Well, I've been having a bit of trouble with my HM7000 decoder, unfortunately.
Yeah, the TXS Hornbeak decoders. You've had a spot, but is this the first one you've bought?
It's the first one I bought, and it works superbly well for the first week and a half. I bought it from Great Eastern Models, and they were actually really good to fit the sound profile for me, because at the time the Android app wasn't available, so they prepared it all for me, sent it to me, and it just worked. It worked out of the box, it was fine.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Android app landed, and I downloaded it and messed about it on Bluetooth mode for a little bit, and that was fantastic. And for whatever reason now, it will not go back to DCC mode. When you try and read the decoder,
Yeah.
it just brings back nonsense. It's very
Yeah, and we've
strange.
tried it with my app, which is on iPhone rather than Android.
Yeah, we tried the iPhone app, and that didn't work.
We tried it on NCE rather than because you're using JMRI. Nothing we do will make it work. So we've narrowed it down to being an issue. It's like the decoder has become locked in Bluetooth
Very
mode.
strange.
Jennifer Horton says Polmont was the crash where the Glasgow to Edinburgh service DBSO hit a cow and rolled end over end.
Wow.
Horrible. Ooh, ouch.
That's horribly impressive.
Apparently, somebody says, I think it was James Pett says, I am indeed the queen of speed modelling, which is one of my nicknames. The
Queen of speed.
Queen, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, oh, we'd have a speed. Paul Murphy says, I'm delighted to be gifted a membership of this brilliant channel. Thank you. Well, very much appreciated, and certainly that was the most generous
That's what
gift
I saw last
that,
night. Mark Wilson. Sorry, it was a lovely gift. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I just saw a couple before it speaks. Mark Wilson mentioned that on John JMC's channel last night, he does a live stream every other Sunday.
Yeah.
And he was trying to make a working AWS function. And I don't mean one that you press it, I mean when it goes over magnets on the track, it sounds the AWS alarm, and you have a certain amount of time to press it, like you would in the real locomotive, and if you don't press it, the locomotive goes into an emergency shutdown.
Huh.
And I think that'd be really interesting to see that. I think it's possible.
Yeah,
A lot of coding to go on that though, but I think that's possible.
and I think that, right, so what you need is magnetic sensors.
We've got that, you put those on the track last night.
So just use like neodymium magnets,
Yeah,
and you'd
that's what you
have
got,
a hall. So it'd be like a hall sensor underneath the logo.
Pretty much. John, we tried that. That was the first thing we tried, mate. It's all about resetting CV8.
Yeah, we have
to 8.
tried everything.
We did that, and then we read CV8, and it came back as 17. Then it came back as
255, and it's like it just came back as nonsense.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, you could use the Hall effect trigger with magnets. I'm guessing that's what he did. So you've got a little tiny neodymium magnet in the track, but would there be a risk of false triggers?
Only if there's other magnets on the layout, because that's what would trigger it. It would only trigger if there's a magnet.
I mean, like going over point motors, would that trigger
It
it?
would depend if it's a strong enough magnitude. I mean, he tried it last night, and he had a magnet right in the track, and it didn't work immediately as expected. So it would need to be a fairly, I would assume, fairly strong magnet for it to work.
Yeah, so it's unlikely that, say, if you've got analog IP point
Yeah,
motors,
I don't think that
would create enough of a magnetic field. I don't know. And I guess that you'd need to be able to program the decoder to interpret that Hall effect trigger as a sound, and then a delayed reaction to slow down and stop,
Pretty much.
unless another button was pressed. Now that I think
That is going to be the hard bit. That'll be the challenge.
because it's whether or not you can add that programming into what the decoder does. Does the decoder have the ability to react in that way?
Making the decoder make a sound when it goes over a magnet is really easy.
Yeah,
Especially if it's in the ESU Lock Sound 5. You can literally just assign sounds to logic outputs. It's so simple. If you've got something like JMRI,
and as long
it's
as
child's play.
As long as the decoder supports Hall effect sensors, and the 21-pin standard includes, I think it's 2 Hall effect triggers, because they're actually used on some models. They'll have a little magnet on the driving wheel and a Hall sensor, and that's how the decoder actually sets the chuff speed.
John says Hall sensors under the loco, magnets in the middle of the track.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Following that, mate. That's
Interested to hear how you get on with that, because that is an interesting thing to try.
What do I think of the Fell? I think it's a nice locomotive, really. Bit of an interesting one. Didn't get much track time. I quite like it.
Ian Turvey says, "Good evening, one and all. Apologies for my delayed arrival." Well, you're very lucky, because Gandalf has pushed off for the moment. John JMC says, Plux 22 in the Sutton Class 24 is what I'm using. So I think that may... I don't know what they use the extra pin for on Plux 22.
Sure
but certainly the Plux 22 does appear to natively support 10 auxiliary functions.
I think a lot of that's with resistors and things, or isn't it?
Logic rather than actual... Because your first 4 are powered outputs. But then generally they do the rest through logic, so you don't need a dedicated pin for each extra auxiliary function.
Otherwise you end up with a 37-pin decoder.
Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath asks, how is the KR Models leader coming along? It's at the livery sample stage, so I've seen the BR lined black version, and I've seen the rail blue version. Not in person, but I've seen photographs of them.
I think KR actually posted a recent update regarding the leader. I remember reading something about that.
When I looked at the delivery schedule, there's an awful lot of models due. It just says Q3 2023, autumn 2023, and whether or not any of that change, I don't know. But there's the skeletal log wagons, the twin truck Shay, the leader. I think Bellerophon and 4DD were on that list.
Bellerophon's one I'm looking forward to.
Absolutely. Peter Jackson Cheal here says TARDIS is hiding behind the grey van in the yard. God, they've got keen eyesight. I thought that would phase you guys. I really did. I thought that one would take a while to spot. So well done.
Warden Road says, then add in-cab radio so you can't play trains until you've spoken to the signaller. Just like in real life, mate, yeah?
Can I just say, some of the American locos, that they do have radio calls that you can play between the loco crew and the dispatcher. So
sound files
they're just sound files. They're not not anything that's to do with like preventing you from moving it, but you can have the sound files, and you can do it actually on the Econ Army chips, I think.
Yeah,
but it's
American based.
Yeah, but it's a bit weird having some American guy drive, unless you put it in Dwight D. Eisenhower. It's a bit weird having an American dude driving your A4.
John says he's looking forward to the leader and Licky Banker. I like Licky Banker and I love the maroon.
The Midland Railway maroon. What got me was people arguing over a fictitious livery. It's imaginary. Imaginary.
If you're going to argue over fictitious liveries, you might as well argue about what colour uniform the Tooth Fairy wears. Doesn't make any sense.
Pink.
Hey, it's blue.
Pink.
It's blue.
But yeah, absolutely, and they're going off the only colour picture that has ever been actually put out there of the Licky Banker in that colour. And it's an artist picture on the Will's cigarette card from
Even that was just an
1924.
impression.
Yeah.
His opinion.
And that's what they've based it on. And I think actually I'm going to side with KR Models on this. It's like, well, they could have gone their own way and done it somewhat differently, but then you'd always get some smart ass going, oh, well, cigarette card, it's got black lining, you couldn't have done. So they've gone with a picture that has existed since 1924. But yeah. Larry Rogers says the Crew Tower Talk is kind of cool, but a lot of folks hate it. I can see why it might get a little bit... I wouldn't have it running all the time.
No.
Because it's only got so many different samples, and eventually they just start going round and round in circles. Trains, Kits, etc. says there's a tooth fairy.
It's a bit like flange squeal in that regard. It's nice, but constantly...
Yeah. Tony Wright says, hi Jenny and everyone, TCS WOW sound decoders have a function called Crew Alert, which if you don't use a function and you blow the horn, it will stop the train. It's in a dead man's handle.
Yeah.
Ooh. Now that's the same idea as that AWS trigger.
Yeah.
So actually, John JMC, our guru of sound, maybe that's one to look into and see how are they doing it. Does it have to be a compatible decoder, or can you run some kind of macro that allows any other brand of decoder to be able to do that? John James here actually says the share option on the ESU would need to be used so the two sound slots would talk to each other. A timer will also be in place, so the key is not pressed and it will trigger an e-brake and
But
stop.
how would you set up the timer? That's what I'm not... I'm with you on everything else there, John.
It's got to be a
the timer.
CV set. I mean, there's like 253 different CVs.
And that's just the basic ones. You've then got index ones as well.
So there must be a CV that controls all of these things. I mean, what got me with dealing with the HM7000 decoders is we're dealing with CVs I didn't know existed. And they probably, there's probably spare CVs in the list which are there user defined, so a manufacturer can have something specific going on.
David's Mara Railway says, I think what if deliveries are great. The GT3 in blue almost looks good. Now, I can take a lead. I can take a lead to
You
brown.
weren't fussed by
I
that.
don't like the blue at all. However, the black, I've just gotten one of the third generation GT3s in early Crest BR black, and I'm here to tell you that is the game changer. That is beautiful.
I see. I'm looking forward to the BR green.
That's nice as well. I think
In the
those two,
pictures,
really.
the green one is what has really caught my eye. Because like the British Leyland Pooh Brown one,
Baby nappy.
No, that's the weird yellow one. It's like baby's nappy yellow. They were like the standard. If you bought a car from British Leyland in the 70s, they were your choices.
Game Hammer Classic Game. It says 10 print Gronky Tup got 10.
Yeah, Gronk it up, Gronk it up, Gronk it up. Not a cult. Exarchon42 says HM7000 has a sound file for the USA Tour Flying Scotsman, complete with a second whistle and bell. I did not know that. And Tim's Model Railway in different videos says, have you been to the Talisman Railway? No, I have not. SHGP Media, good evening to you. You've escaped a Gandalf moment because Gandalf has gone downstairs because there's some kind of cake cupboard we've discovered, or he's discovered. James Pex is really approving the extra icons you get if you join and become a channel member.
He's enjoying them.
And we had an incredibly generous gift from, is it Tim? Who gifted 50 channel members. I didn't even know you could do that.
No, I did. That's the first for me. That's really nice.
SHGP Media says, not Yakult.
Not Yakult. It's our cult, not Yakult.
If you put bleach into a Yakult, does the thing just disappear in a big puff of... Sarah Davis says, be right back, off to bed and going to watch on that telly.
Well done, Sarah. You want me in full screen, love. That's what you definitely want. This face on a widescreen TV.
Yeah, and Exarchon42 says, I discovered it by accident. The bell, literally the bells and whistles.
Yeah. All the bells and whistles, including those. Now, that's the thing, because Evening Star, not the Steam artifact, I want about the proper one, the Class 66. The Class 66 Evening Star, it actually has the American Bell on it. That's the only one that came with the American Bell, and it's got dummy bells fitted to the front and back of it. But the sound profile you get doesn't have it. You can't have it added. I think John James C's got it. But it will be interesting to see if the sound file for the Acura Scale 66s, which are coming out, will the Evening Star one have...
How can they use the bell? Is it like operational?
No, the bell is dummy, but it's an electronic bell anyway.
Right.
On the real local. But it'd be interesting to see whether Acura Scale make a specific sound file just for Evening Star, or at least have that option on there on all of the colours. I don't know what they'll do with that, but I'd like to see that. I think that'd be great. I think that's something they need to watch out. Do you watch the Acura Scale?
We've got Combat Bunny in. Sorry, I haven't seen Combat Bunny in for ages. I'm glad that you are well, and welcome to the stream. Retro Ramble says, Evening Star reminds me of the song by Judas Priest. The only, is it Judas Priest that did Breaking the Law, Breaking the Law?
He actually says Bringing the Law. Bringing the Law, Bringing the Law.
Does he?
No, but it sounds like it, doesn't it? It's like Lemmy. For 10 years, Lemmy's.
Did he sing the Eight of Spades?
The Eight of Spades, yeah.
Well, you know, Bruce Dickinson sang Fear of the Duck.
Fear of the Duck, yeah, Fear of the Duck.
Fear of the Duck.
Born to Drink Mild, that's another one.
What?
Born to Drink Mild.
I like this Lordy song, By Old Mechanic Man. If you look up on YouTube,
I know the song.
Yeah, the misheard lyrics. It's absolutely amazing.
Peter Kay does some really good misheard lyrics.
Richard Swiderski says the HM7000 Flying Scotsman file plays Scotland the Brave, and Krista Duke has found the custom icons that are available to channel members. Says these are good. They should be. They're custom. They were actually put together and drawn by Gamehammer Classic Gaming. Busby Junction says, come on guys, hit the like button. Absolutely. J. Paul Anderson says, does anyone know how Jerry Allen is doing? I think he moved to Australia from Uganda. I couldn't tell him.
James Pets approves of custard icon.
A custard icon? Do we have a custard icon? I'm not actually. Oh no, it's Gronk It Up, and I'm not quite sure what that'll do because they're really tiny, and we've not got the biggest of screens.
I think it's a Gronk, but I think
one of them is Gronk It Up. I'm not sure what the other one is. And Valley's 56XX says metal. Yeah, Peter Jackson Sheila here says I approve of custard. Custard is lovely. Every single cake is improved by
custard. Is it just custard you approve of, or are all puddings?
Do you remember? I mean, like, maybe because you're not as old as me, but when I was at school, we used to get the pink custard.
Yeah.
It was like strawberry flavoured custard. Did you get the mint custard as well?
Oh, it was horrible. It was green.
And the chocolate custard.
Yeah, the brown pudding.
Yeah. Well, we used to have a dessert at school that we all nicknamed Pink Poo Pudding.
Yeah. It wasn't ice cream, but it was like Angel Delight, but it wasn't.
And it had like that cheap tinned fruit in mixed up, and it looked like diarrhea. But because it was pink, we called it Pink Poo Pudding. Oh dear. Charlie Chimp says, "Do you remember Grim Poodle Basher, Grim Full of Asher?"
Grim Poodle Basher? No, that's a new one on me.
James Pett says one is Gronk It Up, the other is Billy's Replacement Speaker.
Not that for a while, have we?
Oh god, yeah, no, because we're getting quite good with the sound levels. So Ben told us a Sister Sledge in the song We Are Family. The one that part definitely says, "Just let me staple the vicar."
Just let me staple the vicar.
Yeah. More tea, vicar. Chunk. Lids Crafts and Doctor Who says, greetings, Flymer1. I'm good, thanks. How are you? And great to have you in. Lovely to see you. Don't forget to tickle the like button and also share the stream to social media as well. I had to think about that for a minute.
You did. Manchester tart, the worst custard derived at school. I don't mind a Manchester tart.
Actually, I have to say, the Manchester tart at the school that I used to go to was quite nice. So I went to Bolton School and they did a good Manchester tart.
The thing I don't like about a Manchester tart is you get a store-bought one, you get a layer of water on top of it where the jelly's not...
There shouldn't be jelly. It was a tart base and then you had a layer of jam, then you had the custard, then you had the lattice, and then you had a sprinkling of desiccated coconut.
Hello, Les Cliff. Welcome to the chat, old boy.
Big hello to Les. Great to see you. I hope I find you well. Stevie Film says blancmange pudding. It's like nah.
Bit wobbly.
Yeah.
Blancmange.
Anthony McDowell says Sinolda is a 15-inch gauge steam locomotive. Ah, I do love the smaller stuff. Right. Pam Shackleton says, who remembers chocolate concrete paving flag hood? We used to call that tarmac. Actually, no, I know.
I'm not sure what that is. It looks like a cake that's been baked with an inch of live.
Something like that. Oh, no, we used to have what we called tarmac and fairy liquid, which was actually like a ginger sponge pudding and like a lime sauce. It was one of the delicacies of lunches at Bolton School in the 1990s, was that this stuff could rock up, and everybody was like, it was like legendary, tarmac and fairy liquid.
Stevie Film's got an interesting one. Jenny, if you did have a Monday Club loco manufactured, which fictitious Monday Club locomotive would it be? What locomotive would you have?
I'd say I like the idea of an A4.
Well, of course you like it.
60035, and it would be named after me. It would be Jennifer E. Kirk.
The Mallard.
No, just Jennifer E. Kirk.
Sorry, the A4.
Because like you got Walter K. Wigham.
Jennifer E. Kirk.
Yeah.
Mallard.
Then there's
We should have one called Cupboard Monkey as well.
Cupboard Monkey.
I think that has to be a Gronklow, really, wouldn't it?
Have you got a monkey in your cupboard?
Yeah, have you got a monkey in your cupboard? Oh. Monkey brand cereal. Exile Couldn't 42 says, I've got to head out. Have the dinner shift at work tonight. Have a good one, everybody. Look, you take care, and don't forget you can catch the rest of the show on catch up.
Don't burn the chips.
Yeah. Mike Lane TT120 says, Bolton School, Jenny is posh. Hadn't you noticed already? I use lots of big words.
Have you noticed that something is squeaking its arse off?
Oh yeah.
That is really loud. What is it?
I think it's
really loud.
I'll tell you what that is. That is
Is it that blue A4?
I don't think it's the A4, I think it's the coach.
Yeah, there is.
Oh no, I've just stopped the wrong one. Let me try and find it. Where are you? There we go.
Oh. Wow, that is so much quieter now without that. That was really loud.
I'm going to bring that round actually. I'm going to investigate whether it's the loco or something.
Can you hear that on the stream, by that squeaking? Because it's deafening in here. Oh,
Right.
see the skid on that then?
Yeah. Yeah, I love a good skid.
That was cool. Oh, careful, mate.
Yeah. Oh, matron.
I've been obscured by Jenny's Bracterium.
Oh, actually, it's something on the. I think we've got.
Is it time for A4? Welcome to A4 surgery.
We've got a squeaky bogey. Need a tissue.
Is it the
You
poetry?
didn't pick up on that.
What?
Squeaky bogey. Need a tissue.
What?
So I think because it made that squeaky noise even when it wasn't running, so it's not the driving wheels.
Yeah, the guys on the chat are all saying that, yeah, it's been like torture hearing it loud. Yes, it's fat water boy. Yes, it's torture.
Should have said something.
Well, I didn't want to interrupt. You were in one of your many flows, Jennifer.
How did that normally stop you?
Oh, would you like a scratching post for those long nails?
Yes, also a milk table too. Go and talk to the nice people whilst they do some routine maintenance.
So I've recently fitted what can only be described as a amateur-based shelving system to my wall, so I can have layout stacked on top of layout stacked on top of layout. I no longer have room for a roundy anymore. So
what happened? Where did you get evicted from?
I got evicted from the living room because my layout used to take up pretty much, I'd say 70% of the living room.
Yeah, I can see why this might have caused a bit of friction.
So the diplomatic choice was to suggest that I move into the back room, have a small layout, and then equilibrium would be restored. So that's what's happened. And I don't mind it, to be honest with you, because whenever I did use the railway, most of the time I was just shunting something back and forwards anyway. But every now and again, I do miss just being able to have a train, chasing its tail, and I just don't have the space for
Yeah,
that.
I know what you mean. It's like, I really do like just leaving the trains run. Now, I'm just going to clean the pickups whilst we're on with this.
Yeah, it's a
Because
nice
we did have a
idea.
bit of a stutter before. Oh, look at that. It's like it's been run on a carpet.
John James C says, I'll be playing videos tonight.
Possibly. It depends on if the cupboard monkey rematerialises to show me how to do it. Right.
Many buttons pressed. And how's the surgery done with the A4?
The surgery. Well, let's see if this is going to.
While Jenny's messing with that,
I don't know
it
which.
was asked before about what sort of fictitious delivery we'd like to see, and I would like to see. It's a model I've not seen before. Certainly not ready to run, but it's the diesel. I think it's D226 and 227.
Oh yeah, you were saying about
the
that.
little shunters, the English electric shunters. They're really nice looking little things, very ornate, very chunky and industrial looking things, and you can see where the class of weight started life. I think that's certainly where they took the inspiration for it from and everything else. And you've got the short cab at one end and you've got the long cab at the other end. So you've got the class 20 in there as well, and the class 15s and class 16s. They only ever made 2 of them. And I believe one of them was scrapped and one of them lives at Keighley and Worth Valley. So
There was a demonstrator, wasn't it?
I believe it was, yeah, I believe it was some sort of a demonstrator.
Troberton Junction, big hello to you.
That's right, English Electric Vulcan at Keithworth. That's the one, Peter. That's the exact one, mate.
Oh, I was just going off the top asking about what oil would use. I use gun oil. And certainly for anybody in a country where guns are legal, then actually it should be quite easy to get hold of the same sort of oil that you'd oil up guns with. And that's what this is. But here in the UK, and actually anywhere, sewing machine oil is definitely something good to use. Don't use WD-40, and be very careful with the types of oil you use, because you've got to make sure that they don't lift any of the paint finish. There's nothing worse than suddenly realising that all of your BR crests have floated away, or the paint started to run. And also it can attack plastics, and you find that suddenly
You get like hazing that just won't go away.
yeah. Best case scenario, your windows fog up and they're like permanently fogged. Worst case is that your gear chain actually starts to disintegrate. So you do have to be careful.
Xantec says Fryhorse, a Class 68 Mark 3s and a DVT in North Wink Ferries. I don't know that one.
That's quite an unusual one.
I have to Google that one.
I think I know the liveries. You sure it wasn't Sea Link ferries?
What did he say?
And Not So Salty Sea Dog says, I go for a Fowler 4P tank engine and BR Express passenger blue. Actually, yeah, I could see that. That might be quite interesting. Almost reminiscent of the Caledonian blue
That's like a
that
white
Charles
red and blue,
Mayer
isn't it?
painted his in.
No, there is a Northwink one, Jen.
Oh, what?
There is a Northwink one. I believe it's that one there, if they can see on the camera there. I don't can see that very well. I've got Jen's bottom in the way again.
Yeah, be careful.
Yeah, it primed.
Yeah, we've got one in the tunnel.
Oh, that's just a horrible thing to have told when it's that close to your face.
Oops, we have some kind of...
Well, what's going on there?
The problem is my
Breaking things again.
The problem I've got is that my eyesight's not as good as it used to be. And the Bachmann models have like a Cartozzi rear honey on them, which is a murder to get on the track. So, let's... Oh, listen to that. Listen, can you hear it?
Ah, you have repaired the squeaky wheel. Well done, huh?
Yes. Squeaky,
So, the A4 is running again now. And
Yeah,
you
so-
will notice it is now sans squeak.
Yeah, no squeak.
Maybe your Kirk scale would do the English Electric Class 40.
I don't think so. KR models are actually well on with that.
Yeah, it's looking nice as well. It is.
Have they officially shared the images
Not
of it?
officially.
So when did you get to see him?
Never you mind. Never you mind.
Have you, man? Oh right, so Mikey Mikes has shared it. Yeah, they got shared with me, but they're not for official release. But they do look good. And I think they've got a few little interesting bits and pieces on them as well. which is something actually when they announced them, I did say to Keith and Mike that they had to do something super special because Bachmann were going to, modify theirs a bit, tart it up, possibly even a complete full retool that could still be on the cards.
I have to say that if Bachmann want to retool, that's absolutely fine. They tried that with their 37.
And they're still selling well.
They are, but if you put the Acura Scale 37 next to the Bachmann 37, the Acura Scale one does come out on top. John JMC actually did a very good comparison recently of both of them side by side. And the Bachmann one did have quite a number of shortcomings in terms of, I think weight was one of them as well. Although that said, the Acura Scale 37 is an absolute unit. It really is heavy.
So big hello to Samuel Ives and also Ash at Ballock Stump Station. Great to see you. Hope I find you well. And Shedmouth Junction says, Squeak fixed. Do you want to come and fix the one on my Mondeo? Can't find where it's coming from. It's driving me mad.
It's not coming from the driver, is it?
We've still got the hesitation. I did check the pickups actually. It seemed all right. The trouble with squeaks on cars is they usually only happen when you're driving, and if you're driving, you can't easily go round and try and work out where the squeaks come from. The trick is to have somebody else drive the car whilst you move around in it with the mechanic's stethoscope, aka a dreadnought file with the handle in your ear, and you just rest the end of the file. In fact, did you know that trick?
Well, yeah,
the mechanic's stethoscope.
Because you can do that with a screwdriver, because we use it to test if your cam chain's out of whack and you put it up to your top of your cylinder.
And then you can actually hear the
screwdriver.
Well, we always used to use a dreadnought file, but then we were working with proper steam engines, so you needed something big. Donkeys Model Railway says, I'll be interested to judge my Bachmann Mutual 37 against an Acura Scale one, but the Acura Scale one I want needs to be delivered yet, which it hasn't. And that's the thing. I think when it comes to...
So give it a bit more speed.
Give it some beans. When it comes to 37s, now there was like 309 of them, is it?
I wouldn't know the exact number. There was a lot.
There was a lot built, and there was a lot of detail modifications over their lifespan. A lot of different running numbers, a lot of different liveries, and that's always the important thing. So I think the market is definitely big enough to support 2 or even 3 Class 37s.
So long as they don't all do the same livery?
Yeah, as long as they don't do the same livery and the same identities, I think that there's plenty of scope there. And even with 3 different companies in the market all doing a 37, then I think it would take years and years before there was any risk of them standing on each other's toes. With a Class 40, that's not as much the case, because livery-wise, there's nowhere near as many different
green, blue, and half yellow, was it?
Well, you can have plain green. You could have green with the white stripe. Then you could have either of those with half yellow ends, full yellow ends, and then you've got BR green full yellow ends with tops number. You've also got blue without tops number, with tops number.
I know what's causing that to have a dip fit.
What?
When the loco goes just after the point there is a slight dip in the track, and what's happening is the wheels are lifting off.
Oh, right.
The central axle is lifting off. You can't see it, and I'll show you when it goes past in a minute.
Ah.
If you look at it, you'll see the loco goes like that, and the track dips like this, so the central axle is lifting off.
Oh, yeah, because...
If you watch, see where the white fence ends?
Yeah.
About there, watch closer now, and watch as the loco goes.
You're asking me
over
to watch really close, and my eyesight's not into
it.
it.
You can see it now.
Okay, right.
You know?
Oh, yeah, there's like a...
That's
where it goes across the bridge.
I reckon that's what's causing it.
You might be onto something there. Jennifer Horton suggests split box, centre box and discs, Class 40 variations, but they never had any of the interesting liveries. So, there's no Class 40 in Intercity. There's no Class 40. Mainline, Load Haul, Dutch...
I think knowing what KR
regional railways
liveries, we could probably see some of those.
Oh, That's an interesting point, actually. Now, there is precedent, obviously, the GT3. Somebody said before they really liked the BR Blue. You didn't, but the BR Blue GT3s did sell out. I've got one up there. Now, I happen to know that there is a second-hand one swilling through the system that may well turn up at Rails in the next few weeks. So if you missed out on that, I would get a message to Rails saying, if you get one of these in, let me know, because I know for a fact that there is one second-hand in a big box that's over there waiting to go to Rails.
Was D200 the one that was in the Great Train Robbery?
No, I think that's the...
Was that one that crashed into a...
No, that's the Celebrity one, isn't it? That's the one that did rail tours at the end of the Class 40s on BR.
Right.
And was painted. That's the one that got an interesting livery because
Right.
it's the BR green, full yellow ends, but with the tops number. Oh, interesting. Jennifer Horton says the East Lancs Railway did 4145 in large logo for fun. So
I think
yeah.
we need to stop taking it so seriously and do more things like this and enjoy the hobby for what it truly could be. It's all very well being very strict and
both Peter Jackson, Cheadle Heath, and D.L. Warrington, it was D326 was the Great Train Robbery train.
Good film.
And yes, Valley's 56XX. Rails have their 20% off offer on eBay at the moment. So it's minimum, I think it's minimum spend to qualify as £10. And the maximum you can save is £75. But if there's a second-hand loco, say, that you've had your eye on, then actually that could be quite a reasonable saving. 20%, yeah, that's like £100 item. That's 20 quid off. That's not to be sniffed at.
Shaky Hands shared Monterella's record. The Class 40 should never be embarrassed enough by painting it in anything other than blue or green. See, that is, in my opinion, part of the problem.
It's just rust preventative.
We need to enjoy the hobby and we need to be open-minded about rainbow-coloured containers, for example, and
paint one up to look like Mr. Blobby.
Maroon Licky Bankers and things like this. And
I quite
green,
like that.
I do.
That
Yeah.
Midland Railway Maroon was Crimson Lake. I really like that.
We're
I'm
restricting ourselves to reality.
Yeah. And it's like at the end of the day, it's just rust prevention. It stops it rusting.
Yeah.
What I would like to see though is if they're going to do fictitious liveries, the two that I always think any locomotive would benefit by being painted in: regional railways and intercity executive. You cannot go wrong with those two.
I'd have to see Class 40 in either EWS. I think that was really nice, or DB Schenker.
What I'd love to see actually would be if somebody did a Class 52 Western in either intercity or regional railways with a tops number on.
The body shape of the Western's horrible.
But now here's something interesting. I once saw second-hand in a shop, but I didn't get it because it was an old Lima model. But somebody had done an actually very credible repaint on a Lima Class 52 into First Great Western Fag Packet livery.
Oh yes, I know the one you mean. Yeah.
And it was like, actually that looks really good. And that's when it struck me that some of these locomotives, had they lasted, would have looked really quite good in some of these later liveries. So, I think that the Western would look good, certainly an intercity executive. But then I'd also like to see like a Class 03 shunter in regional railways, because one did get. Let me see if I can find it.
The blue and the white.
The Network Southeast. There it is. So just proof, if proof needs to be, that actually Class 03 in Network Southeast, which 03179 did receive when it was on the Isle of Wight.
Not a million miles away from regional railway, is it?
No, it's very close. And what it shows to me is that the Class 03, and ergo the Class 04, and probably the 05 as well, would have carried off regional railway quite well. And I know that there was a Class 08 that got provincial livery, which is similar but not the same as Regional Railways livery.
Mark Wilson says paint the Western in BR black. Now that I do like paint everything.
Oh,
black.
with silver, with the
Everything
silver bogies.
Yes, absolutely. That looked really good.
Yeah. And I think, Donkett's Model Railway, absolutely. Class 52s, if they'd have lasted, would have been moved to freight. They were particularly good on the Mendip Stone trains, I believe. They had a lot of low
Did they
down.
actually run any Westerns on freight then? Towards the end of the day?
They got used on China clay and thank you so much. So this is one of the models as well that TMC have got at 50% off RRP, and we've got a video coming on Wednesday, but we are also, and we will make this announcement. These are the Gresley A1s. You just pass me that cardboard
I shall
box.
pass you the secret box.
Next week on the Monday Club, and you have to be in it to win it.
Well, I'm always in it, but I never seem to win it.
We've got another giveaway, courtesy of TMC. And let's have a look.
Another one as well.
So I can work out, actually, I'm not taking it out of the box. This is Knight of the Thistle. So, well, that one's Doncaster, so the first one that came up is the one. So we will be giving away a brand new, still in box, one of these next Monday Club.
Will you be slapping this one like you did with the DMU?
No, because it's not in the box. I might slap the box, but not the loco. So this is the new tooled die-cast chassis with firebox flicker Gresley A1 locomotive in LNER Doncaster Green, a Knight of the Thistle, and that will be the subject of a giveaway next Monday. So one lucky person will get it for free, courtesy of the TMC summer sale, where they are currently available, both of those different versions I'll show you to you, Doncaster and Knight of the Thistle, at 50% off RRP. And do look out for Wednesday's video. If you're undecided, take a look at that. We do the full lowdown and review on the pair. And next Monday, you need to subscribe and ring the bell to be reminded of the Monday Club next week, so you could be in it to win it.
Jingle all bells. Jingle all bells.
We've done quite well, actually. We've had several locomotive giveaways on here.
It's nice because there's not many channels, if any, that I can think of that do this sort of thing.
No, and it's about giving back to the community, and that's what we,
we nothing to enter it, and you can bring yourself a brand new.
Absolutely. Actually, warships are another one. I think warships would suit Regional Railways livery as well. It is an interesting proposition. I mean, we've seen
I like
a Class 50 in Intercity Executive, and I thought that looked really good. So, it stands to reason that some of these could turn up in these different liveries, but it's worth doing just to see the armchair rivet counters have an absolute toddler tantrum about it. And these are the same people that never lift a finger, never chip in for like when they have collections for like repairs and stuff. But they're always the first ones to say, "Oh no, you need to paint it in this colour."
I always think it's the same sort of people that then have no intention of buying that model in the first place anyway.
Yeah.
They just thought they'd have a good moan about it. So if you've no intention of buying it, why whinge about it?
And John JMC reminds us, can I just say, Digitrains have a sale on at the moment too. Absolutely. So there's a lot of great sales on at the moment, but Digitrains, some great deals on O-gauge models. So if you're looking for an O-gauge Gronk, I think they've got two different liveries, Freightliner and EWS, might need to be corrected on one or other or both of those.
EWS.
But O-gauge, an O-gauge Gronk, you can't be robbed with an O-gauge Gronk, and the prices are incredible. And there's
If you staple together 3 Gronks, you can have a Mega Gronk.
I think they also got keeps that one. My mind's going. I can give you the word terrier. It's not the terrier. It's the 87XX
I can give
Pannier.
you the word terrier.
Pannier. Stevie Film suggests an Intercity Executive TARDIS.
Oh, it'd never be on time.
Ooh. Well, we could
Never be on time. It'd be cancelled and delayed all the time.
Although actually a TARDIS in the blue, but with a yellow roof, and then it could be large logo. So are we doing videos today?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, we're doing from about
So we
half past.
are going.
Just watch them trains because you know smacked it off of the back.
Oh, did I? Oh, am I being a bit special?
Just a little bit. I don't
Not
know
different,
what
just
people
special.
are
So I'm going to move them over here. So in fact, actually,
Has she offered you a drink?
I've
I
got
have
them down
repeatedly.
here.
Actually, I'm going to put them up here.
Put them up. Put them up.
Yeah. Papa, put them up.
Careful, those little side windows are.
Richard Swiderski says Craig would paint it black. Given half a chance, yes, I will.
No, they're all right.
Oh, Jenny.
Oh, what was that?
I am at arse height here.
Oh, what are you doing? Oh, Craig! Oh.
Jenny, we can see your face when you went, ooh. See, you're on camera. You're on candid camera.
John JMC says O-gauge pannier with sound for 300 and the EWS and Freightliner 08s for 150. 150 for the Daypole class 08s.
180.
Really
That's
great
really 150 quid for a class away.
And the
In all gauge.
Yes.
Don't
And-
Hall be doing for 185 in double O?
yes. So that's actually cheaper than the
The smaller one.
the 0008.
You're
I
physically
think the
getting less for
Bachmann
your
ones are hitting 130. They're not cheap. So definitely some great deals if you're into O-gauge. Charlie Chimp says, could you put real bonsai trees on a layout for realism maybe and or another hobby?
It
Interesting
would
idea.
depend on the scale of your model.
Yeah.
Bonsai trees are too big for 00, in all honesty with you. Although real trees are very big anyway, but they might kind of dominate too much.
Would be interesting to see it.
I wouldn't use them on your garden rail. One thing about bonsai trees are they are very expensive and very easy to kill. So I wouldn't suggest.
How would you
buying them
know
for
they're very easy to kill, Jen?
Because Jen had one, didn't you?
no, I don't.
Emphasis on had. Wow, those intercities you've got down there look good.
They're nice.
Oh,
aren't
the
they?
APT.
They're really pretty.
The lighting in those is some of the best I've seen. And of course, the viewers are going like, what are you talking about? And no, we don't have a camera down there. So unfortunately, I can't show you.
No, I can't even pull out.
Ian White's 150 quid. Gronk it up. Gronk it up. Gronk it up. Not a cult. Mark Wilson suggests, what is a group of Gronks called? Would it be a shunt?
Try.
No, a gaggle of
Pressing two.
ghosts, I think.
So the monkey has...
Oh, we have action cam.
You can very, very nearly see them. That's as far as I
just
can
about see it. Oh, that is quite an awkward angle.
go. Yeah.
What we need is a real roving cam. You need to get that camera down, see if we can get it working, and then you've got it on a string. Yeah, put it up, put it up. Yeah, there we go. Cameras seem to be working today.
Don't say that.
Yeah, Rick Morley, absolutely. Bonsai needs a lot of effort. They do, and actually you can turn a bonsai tree into a normal tree. If you repot it, they just get bigger. Ben Davis asks, what's in the news today, Jennifer? Well, there's a lot of deals on because it's the 85th anniversary of the Mallard 126 mile per hour speed run. Now, I saw an interesting post from acclaimed author Simon A.C. Martin, who we did
Who
interview.
acclaimed him?
Everybody is great.
Excellent. Do you have to be claimed first?
No, would you mind very much shutting
I
up?
wouldn't mind at all.
I don't think she minds at all, Jen.
The acclaimed author Simon A.C. Martin. Don't look at me like that. Who we actually interviewed on the Monday Club a few weeks ago. Really great to talk to him. I've done quite a few different TV series with him. A great guy, also Volvo enthusiast, fellow Volvo enthusiast.
Brick fancier.
But yeah, I love my brick. But also, he's actually looked at the real physical roll from that dynamometer car, which are currently, for today only, 10% off the special commission dynamometer car from Rails of Sheffield. If you want to get one for your collection, good price. But he's actually had a look at it and studied it as part of the research for his recent book on Sir Nigel Gresley. And he said, as far as he's concerned, he's verified. You know, there's some umming and ahhing about did it really reach 126. And he will stake his reputation on it. He says it's very clear looking at the actual physical paper roll from the dynamometer car that Mallard did achieve 126 miles an hour. There is no question about it.
That's cool.
That's
quick for a car.
But it's never been beaten by a steam locomotive. They think that Tornado could, but getting permission to drive it faster than 100 miles an hour.
They had to get loads of permission to get to that, didn't they?
Yeah, and I think as well. Oh no, I thought for a moment it was off the track. Mallard going round off the track. But the wear and tear as well. It's like, would you really want to thrash your locomotive and risk doing some serious damage?
I bet the Mega Gronk could beat it.
But I mean, let's look at it now. Tornado is built to modern standards, roller bearings. So if any locomotive had a chance, it would be the new build Tornado. But James Pett says Simon A.C. Martin does like his National Archive research, and he's very good at it as well.
Don Gitz says it was the Scotsman's 100 mile per hour one that was really in question, apparently.
I can imagine. Because the Flying Scotsman, I think the thing with
Trigger's broom.
no, Sir Nigel, not Sir Nigel. They did plan to do the speed run with one of the other A4s. I can't remember which one it was, and it was purely by accident that Mallard ended up being the one that did the run. I think they had tried with some of the others, but to stop the LMS getting wind of what they were doing, they never announced it in advance until they were pretty much setting off, and then they broke it to the people on the train, like the press.
Hold on.
It's like, we're going to try and do this. If you want to get off, then now's a good time. But there was no pre-announcement. It just kind of happened, and then because of the Second World War, all of that fell by the wayside. And then after the Second World War, the problem was that the priorities were elsewhere, and so they could easily, I reckon, have beaten the 126 miles an hour if that had been a priority to, but it wasn't. Somebody said there that the Pennsylvania Railroad T14444s could reach 140 miles an hour. But they didn't, otherwise they'd have the record. And the problem with America is you've got to have an appropriate length of track, and it's one of the things that hampered the LMS was they didn't actually have the Stoke Bank racetrack that the LNER did, because you don't want twists and turns and you don't want heavy gradients. So the LMS didn't really have anywhere suitable, and it would have been very interesting to actually see what Coronation could have done if they'd have had the same opportunity to run her on the same location that the LNER did their speed run.
You would have thought with it being streamlined like it was, it would have had a good chance, wouldn't it?
Melchester Motherwell says, annoying that the new Bachmann bullied coaches have electrical pickups but no light. It's like moving into a new property only to find the previous owner has taken all the light bulbs with them.
Hey, we only did that once.
And my parents, I think, had that.
Moved
Moved into a house, turned the light on, didn't come on, moved into that, turned the light, and then realised, like, the cheapskates took all the bulbs with them.
I'm having my bulbs.
I want my bulbs back.
When you buy it, surely it's fixtures and fittings.
Interesting. Dongate's Mother Rose says the T1 Trust have said that they're going to have a crack at it when they finish their new build. And Stevie Film says there is no track in the USA that would be safe on then or now. And Shaky Hands Shed Model Railway says a fully grown oak would be around 48 centimetres tall in OO scale. Yeah, it's something I've always said though, is that people underestimate how big trees really are. But the trouble with that is, if you put a 48 centimetre tall model of an oak tree on your layout, it would look a bit silly.
It's almost unbelievable, isn't it?
I'll let that tumbleweed blow on by, shall
Thanks, Dukes of Hazzard.
And Valley's 56XX says, "No, my boobs!" As opposed to Mark Wilson, who could be heard coming by cries of, "No, my bargains!" every time we mention Hereford Model Centre.
James Pett's quoting Back to the Future there. Make like a tree and get out.
That's about as much use as a screen door on a battleship. Oh, yeah.
Why are you?
Flymo Chairman 1, thank you so much. Sharing both Ollie and myself in 3D, available from Model U. We've got the respective links there, and don't forget that you can order us in scales from 4mm up to, I think it's 1/12 scale if you want
And
a
for
big
those
one.
of you who are watching in 3D, how?
Yeah, how?
Mark Wilson says, Craig's joke. Is he here all week? Yes, I am. So you have been warned.
Yeah, be rattling our bins until the early hours. Hello, I'm still here. Hey, oh! I told you it was him.
That was you.
No, that
was
wasn't
you.
me.
That was you.
Oh, right.
Definitely you.
I'm afraid we're going to have to move in one of our many fans.
That's actually really nice.
Exterminate.
I used to do that one of the
Why don't you stick your tongue out and stick it through the little... There you are.
Don't teach people to do that.
Oh, jeez. Oh, what have you been eating?
My
Well, so is
lasagna.
lasagna.
Oh,
Also, potato and leek soup. Oh, very nice.
Hello, N. Ash. You've joined us just as Craig has dropped a methane bomb. Oh, I've got to strike a... In fact, no, don't strike a like. You'll lift the roof off. Oh.
Methane madness.
Can you finish now?
Richard Swiderski says in Best Billy's Replacement Speakers, Craig! I'd be like William Shatner. You've got to be careful. If you squeeze too hard,
Matt Wilson
you'll
says
shatter
you
it.
need a Craig sound file. Now, I'm available for recording.
Oh.
If you're brave enough to make that recording.
At least you could have put your bottom on the extractor fan.
Peachy, TT120, hello mate, says quality entertainment program.
Hand round the gas mask, says Flammy Challenge.
Admit it, all the regulars, you've kind of been waiting for that to drop, haven't you? Be honest.
Yeah. Oh, hello.
What's
right.
this?
So are we ready to bring that up?
So, this is a message from Richard Swiderski.
It says, hi Zoe. Oh, it's for you. You can read it.
Hi Zoe. Hope you and Jenny are okay. 2 pictures of the JK new and old wagons. Very pleased with them both. All the best from
Excellent.
Richard.
Always glad to see a happy customer. And of course,
Piggy poo.
I think, whilst the one on the right is completely sold out and has been for quite some time, the one on the left,
There's probably a couple left.
there's a few left at Rails of Sheffield. So if you want your William Loudon Sons pal brick, that's what it looks like. And
This
I
is
do
really
love
nice.
a good puggy poo.
I'm really
I like
really
this.
impressed.
What is this?
That's Fred Dibner's Land Rover. Is lightweight Land Rover. Presumably
very
there
cool.
with Fred Dibner. I
Very
like those
cool.
walls as well. They look like the War World Scenics resin walls. And there they are with a Barclay Class 06, one of the old Hornby ones in
That's
DR
a
green.
huge nose Richard's got on there.
And that's the fuel tank, I think, because it was
Right.
the fuel system was gravity fed.
Santec says, I'm now laughing so hard my sides are split open. Stephen Film says, thankfully, only 2 senses are stimulated by YouTube.
Yeah, fortunately, there's no smell-o-vision.
Yes. It's a good thing that you're here on the Monday Club with only 2 senses stimulated, because
must admit,
otherwise we might offend your sense of decency.
I'm a little bit upset every time I see an original Jenica wagon. Is it the MPV? You know the name of it? The wagon?
MDV.
MDV. I always get upset because mine, I did a really nice weathering job on it.
Yeah.
And you can just see the Jenica logo on there.
Oh, did
But
you manage to get one in the end?
I did, but I dropped it. And I've broken all the brake ring off of it.
Oh
So there's
no!
no brake ring on it, and the couplings don't work. The couplings have come off as well.
Oh.
So it just sort of sits
So
in the siding
basically,
now.
what you're trying to tell me is it's completely shagged
I
out.
broke it!
But it is still on the layout.
I don't know where mine is. I've only got one because they sold so well. People kept minding me and go, "Oh, I missed out. They're all sold out. You must have a box somewhere." And I only had like about
No,
6.
you did sell a lot of them.
And I
You
sold
a lot of them.
I sold all but one, and I've ended up. I'm just looking up there. No, I don't know where it's gone. So it's sold incredibly well. I could have ordered like 50 more, and they'd have out the door.
Village replacement.
You don't
corn.
actually know that. That's the thing
Ah,
about
yeah, there
ordering.
might be one person desperately looking for it, and if you produce 50 more, you'd sell one and be left with 49.
Nick at Bletcham High Level says, yes, Craig, would have been very disappointed if no Air Biscuits released.
Yeah.
That was more like an Air Waffle.
Nick at Bletchton High Level, didn't he win the
I believe he did, yes.
Class 108?
He did.
I believe you did.
So don't forget that next week you can have a go at winning this Knight of the Thistle, which is a Gresley A1 in LNER Doncaster Green. I'll get it out of the.
I did, as I said on the emails today when I was talking to him, sorry to say that due to me being ill, I've only just posted it, but it did go out today, so hopefully, picture quality just gone worse as Peter Jackson.
Well, what happened?
He's taken his message up as well.
I think
Did it
it
come
could be
back?
his connection.
Yeah, sometimes that does happen.
So it might be your bandwidth. I'm not sure. But there is Knight of the Thistle. That is going to be the giveaway courtesy of TMC
What's that?
next week. I think Craig's making.
It wasn't me.
No, I think something slipped.
Did it?
I'm not sure what, because you heard it as well.
I
didn't
heard.
you?
I thought it was Jenny, but no,
It was Jenny. Look at her face.
it was Jenny. Oh, yes, it was definitely Jenny. See, she's at it as well.
We've been fed cheese. It's the cupboard monkey's fault.
Oh, blame me
Oh, I
for
suppose that's
cooking you a
like a
nice
normal
meal.
meal.
Peter Jackson Sheila, he said it's okay, just refreshed. Hasn't refreshed.
Oh, I'm stuck here as well. Right.
Oh, fresh air for
Take
me.
care, Dion. Thank you very much for coming along.
Thank
and
you
happy
so much.
birthday.
Do take care. Oh dear.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to the things now. So
Yeah.
what have we got here? From Mark Wilkes, heading home from the railway club, got held up at a level crossing, so thought I'd get my phone out and video whatever came down the line. Turned out to be a rather quick commuter train. Oh, was it speed?
And of course,
Was it
Mark
speed?
Wilkes, I believe, was the one who. Oh, get the sound.
I'm about to turn it off.
Yeah, and so I'd warn you. So, Mark, I think won the Rail Operation Division's 280, one of our other lucky giveaway winners. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Very important. Subscribe and hit that bell so that you know about the Monday Club next week, when, courtesy of TMC, we will be giving away a Gresley A1. It's the all-new tooled, brand new Hornby model with die-cast chassis and firebox flicker. So
Roger Wolsterholm said Swamp Thing has entered the chat.
Mike Lane TT120 says, Fred Dibner drove that Land Rover so slowly on Bradford Street. He held me up and made me late for work. Yeah, but you know, you can always say, well, a celebrity was driving past really slowly.
Dongit's Mother Railway says, so how many of you are actually lactose intolerant but just haven't realised it
I
yet?
think quite possibly at least
Oh,
three
here we
people.
go.
Here we go, I think something's coming.
Yeah. Choo choo.
Here we go.
This was like
Is that an actual? Is that an active station or a disused station?
on its way.
if it's active, it'll only be partial stopping.
Yeah. I don't think this one's stopping.
Is this like a 10-minute video where 7 minutes of it is just waiting for the train?
No, it's about to come.
Oh, I can see lights approaching. Here we are.
Can you? Oh.
Don't go into the light.
Nigel Cole says he's hit light twice.
There we are. Oh, thanks. Oh, yeah, but you gotta hit like
That was
an
fast.
odd number.
He will not sell much ice cream going at that speed.
Yeah, right. Okay. Well, look. Thank you so much for that. Just check the cameras come up because it does deceitfully things.
Chef bans vegans from his restaurant.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
allowed.
Hold on, can you put that camera down? We're showing a bit too...
Zantac says the station is disused now.
Ah, which station is it?
Sounds that.
Down a bit further.
Down in front, down in front, down
That's
in
you
front.
messing about with it. That's it. Stop messing
I didn't
about.
touch it. You've got no
Yeah,
evidence.
that'll do.
You've got no evidence that I moved that.
Peachy TT120 asks, is Craig very, very small or just a long way away?
I'm engaged.
I think this is Craig when all the gas has leaked out. It's like.
So next up we have from Peter Jackson at Cheadle Heath. A little video for possible Monday Club use. Class 08 doing what it does best, gronking about. Excellent. Let's see it.
Oh.
Gronking on, gotta shunt
Assisted
them
by
all.
MSC 4002. Is that a Rundle Castle? 09024 and another one as well, which I was about to read, but then somebody
Go
went
on then, read it.
clicky clicky clicky. D2062. Right, you can go back. I think that's a class 03. Shunter D2062 would be 03062. I don't know. Ooh, Gronk action. Right. Do you want to wind it back and then?
Pressing buttons.
Okay, Gronk action.
Gronky mon, gotta shunt them
Oh,
See,
all.
black Gronk, it looks brilliant.
It
Yeah,
does
VR
actually.
black is the best colour.
I do have one.
Intercity.
That's got black on it though.
It has got black on
and
it,
then-
but it sets it off with a few little highlights.
There we are. There's my black Gronk.
See, that's lovely.
Gronky
I've
mon,
got
gotta
wasp
shunt
stripes
them
on
all.
mine. There you go. Be careful.
Can I have this? Yeah.
No, you can't. I got that actually. Anorax Anonymous at
It's a home
the
builder, that
Doncaster
one.
show. I only paid like 40 quid for it.
You paid 40 quid for this.
Not only that, it's a special commission. That one. That was a model.
Being weathered as well. I mean, ever so
Oh,
slightly.
factory weather. Factory weather. I couldn't believe the price on it. It would have been rude. not to
40
buy-
quid. I'll give you 40 quid for that right now.
Hell, the price has gone up a bit.
Jen
So-
doesn't sell because then she'll miss it.
I will actually.
She lures you in with the bargains and goes, denied!
I'm a hoarder. What you have to know
You're
is
a
that
what?
I'm a hoarder.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a good thing she had that second second silver, isn't it?
Stop it. Richard Bond says, hello from Shifnal, Shropshire. So glad I don't have smell-o-vision. Yeah, Craig.
what's
Yeah,
she saying?
Jen.
What's she saying? Dirt or dirt?
Duh. Flamachem1 says, I've got a black LMS Gronk at Perth. It's not
Slimer
Spectre,
Chairman
is it?
1 says his Gronk was £6.
Very nice.
Yeah.
£6 Gronk, nice.
There's some good deals out there. And Kev McKay 85, the address to send video links to is send them as a link, not an attachment, to zoe.robinson@gmail.com, and please put Monday Club in the subject title to aid the Cupboard Monkey finding them.
Yeah.
So this is at the East Lancs, and
Valley's 56XX.
they had a really
There's
good-
no hinges on them doors. It's not prototypical.
yeah. Well, that's the wrong colour.
Disappears in a cloud of counted rivets.
Well, those rivets aren't going to count
Peter
themselves.
Jackson says we want to skip. Okay, let's skip.
Yeah, that's the thing about.
Oh, see, look,
Can I
see,
just
look.
say,
There's a
that's the
Gronk.
thing about Gronks, is they're a bit on the slow side.
Yeah, that's
Well,
it.
even the sports Gronk was only 28 miles an hour, so I want it.
yeah. So there we go, 13594, which was 08494, I think.
That's a proper Gronk. Look at a Gronkin.
£6
Ah.
Gronk.
Zantex says, the station I was buying the video is now disused Wedgwood station. The wooden platform is rotten, so unsafe to stand on. So I'm guessing it's not been closed a massive length of time.
What heritage line is this?
East Lancs
says,
Railway.
Mike Line.
That's a
This is the
local
East
one.
Lancs Railway, which I believe Mark Wilson was there. It's if we'd have known Mark, we're not that far from there. So could have had
Bury
you.
Bolton Street, there you are.
Yeah, Bury Bolton Street Station. It's a great preserved line, actually. They've done wonders with it, and
It's huge as well. It's really long.
it's
about
quite
an hour's ride to do this whole thing.
yeah, because they extended all the way up to Roppenstall,
That's
but
right.
then there's the ex-Manchester Ship Canal loco. That's a nice one. That part of a pair. The other one recently scrapped, although was stripped for so many bits, and was plinth at a garden centre. But East Lancs Railway,
Pulling pig.
Oh, what?
There we go.
The pulling pig is it? The pulling pig.
No,
That was wonderful. Thank you very much.
I really enjoyed that. Actually.
Always nice to see some Gronky action.
Yeah.
Gronky Mom, gotta shunt them all.
Yeah. So I vaguely knew that they had something on over the weekend, but we were not feeling very well. Certainly the Cupboard Monkeys.
I was feeling many things, most of them The passage of space.
But East Lancs Railway, always worth going to. And they, more recently, they extended back to Haywood, which is always nice to see preserved railways extend.
So this one's from Edward Elric.
Is that class 56?
If you press the button,
That's a dapple.
just pick this up for his layout.
Yeah, the original.
It is a 56.
There was Dapol had a whole load of 00 gauge models, which after the fire, and I think it was Wrexham, when their factory was there, sadly, subject, I think it was an arson attack, and they had to sell a load of the tooling. It ended up getting sold to Hornby.
Is
And the
that
class
why it's
50
ex-Dapol in Hornby?
Yeah,
Right.
and that's why the 56 ended up with Hornby, but also the Pug, and I think it was the XLMS 2P as well.
There's always someone arsing about, isn't there?
Yeah, Arson. Jennifer Horton says, not very happy with the East Lancs Railway at the moment with the Joanna Crompton situation. Yeah, a bit of an own goal there. Anthony McDonald says Haywood they extended to. Yeah, and there's still plans to extend just a little bit further and adding one more station to the line, which
I
would
also
then
have
be an
plans to extend further.
interchange.
That's why I've been eating a lot.
Yeah. What? Oh, we trust you to lower the tone.
What?
You're going to
Yeah, I'm just saying-
your own £6.
I was suggesting that I was getting fat.
Yeah, I'm just saying you just lowering the tone by being here.
Hey, if I want to add in an extra £6 gronk, that's fine.
Winsford in Cheshire, says Richard Swiderski, the Dapol file.
What's this?
Winsford.
What have we got here? From Dion J. Wollaston. Hi, Zoe, and of course Jenny. Yes.
Yeah, the plus one.
Dion from Blackpool. Just a few pics. Could you show them at the end of your
Jennifer.
show on Monday? Always a great show.
Thank you.
Let's have a look.
Let's have a look.
So this.
Oh, for God's sake, you're having a go at me, and it's you who's squeaking the mouth. Look at him. Look at that face. That is the guilty face of somebody who, come on, sniff it all up so we don't have to. Oh, God.
It's a face of a man who knows what he's done.
You know what you did!
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
These look
nice.
like Engage.
Oh, there might be. No,
Oh, look at that!
That is really well done.
Oh, you don't often see crashed cars being modelled.
That is very
works.
clever.
Yeah.
Sacrificial piece, but that's really two of them.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
If my eyes start watering, can I just say Craig is here?
That is a
Oh, I
very
like-
detailed
I like
station.
the station building, actually. That's quite nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flymo Chairman once said, I heard that. Yeah.
You heard it? I felt it.
Yeah, I can smell it as well. Oh. Castleton, hopefully next, said Peter Jackson.
These are
Cheadle
re-
Heath.
look at all
New
those
Junction
bricks
says,
and textures.
it's all fun and games
Whoa.
until you touch cloth.
These are incredible.
It's like they always say,
So much fun.
farts are like
Oh,
marriage.
look, this guy's actually
If you
in
have
the
to
layout.
try too hard, it's just going to be crap.
Has he died?
There's a guy actually down in a hole in the layout.
Oh, has he got lots of people looking around just watching him
That
with
is clever.
clipboards? Yeah, always nice.
Lots of stuff going on.
Adrian
oh, a caravan.
Cooney says gas.
Jeremy Clarkson will be along to blow it up in a minute.
Yeah, I did once actually, and there was
Wow.
there was a period of time on Top Gear where Jeremy Clarkson hadn't destroyed a caravan in several episodes.
Pretty blew up at the end, didn't it?
And so I wrote in and said, I noticed that Jeremy hasn't destroyed a caravan lately. Is he well?
These are really. Whoa! Look at the lighting in
Yeah.
the cars. That is very clever.
Nice.
Do like a bit of lighting. Oh,
Oh, Stobart's.
to be honest with you, that looks real.
Yeah.
That's really good lighting.
Nick at Bletchton High Level says, you got a mouse infestation tonight, guys. Squeaks all round. I think it's more than that. I've got a fart infestation from this one.
That one is.
So if you want to turn your head on its side,
Yeah.
next slide, please. Oh, there we go.
These are so well done.
Nice.
I
Oh,
really
ice cream
like them,
van.
these. Oh, wedding service.
Nice.
Wow, look at the back scene. It blends in so well.
Does work really well. The photographic back scenes really have been a bit of a game changer.
Oh, look at that. There's the outside the wedding with the car.
New Junction says thoughts and prayers for the budgie. Oh dear.
Until there's more than thoughts and prayers, old boy.
I don't think we've got mice here because they'd
Oh,
be dead.
there's another view of the the building work.
Always stuff at work, yeah.
These are really well done.
Oh, Jenny.
Seriously well done.
You keep doing stealth ones, that's what it is.
Will you stop it, both of you? Again. Well,
What's
nice
that doing?
scrapyard.
Stop it before you get involved.
Nice scrapyard there. That's good.
That is nice.
I like the arm grab,
Yeah.
whatever that is.
That is it. Oh.
Oh, nice look from the other side with stuff going into the thing. Yeah.
There we go. Oh.
Oh, that fire door is going to be a bit of a hazard.
Yeah, that's safety not first. Oh look, they got a Turdis.
Safety optional.
Very nicely done. These
Yeah.
are great.
So I think it's 34 of them. So we've got
Yeah,
quite a
flicking
few.
through. Lots of detail on the
Always nice to see the signage. Definitely.
There's a lot of stuff on here.
Stevie Film says, Jenny, you need a canary so you know it's safe to breathe.
And there's your...
Yeah. Oh,
Hang on.
there's the APT.
There's one going over the... Whoa!
Yeah, it's nice. Are you alright? Have you found a smut?
Big old.
It's a double-decker track.
Yeah, you've got a raised level and a lower level. You see
I do
there, the
like
lighting on the APT is really,
It's
really
incredible,
good.
yeah. Whoa, what's this? Oh, they've disused buses.
Disused buses. It's
that is-
Bulgy the bus after
That
he was
is
turned into
so
a hen
good.
house.
That is so well done.
Thomas the Tank Engine reference there.
That is incredible. Thank you so much for sending those in. These, Ruben, you're absolutely right. They are amazing.
So thank you so much for sharing those with us.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Hello, New Junction. We've already said hello to you.
Did we?
I think he's saying hello to somebody else.
Oh, right. Oh,
Ah.
yeah, sorry. St. Blazy Model World has said hello.
So thank you very much, Dion, for sending those in, and happy birthday again.
Oh, happy birthday to you. Squash tomatoes and stew. Bread and butter in the gutter. Happy birthday to you.
Many more.
Right. Flower Cherry wants his poor canary.
The canary was long gone.
Yeah, the canary's been blown
We've
away.
had to upgrade it to a gas owl.
A gas owl.
Gas owl.
Unfortunately, it went for a smoking break and caught fire.
Oh, so Winston Busby says, "Hi Jenny and Zoe, hope you're both well,
Hello.
and that you haven't melted away in this heat."
No, but there is some other problem going
So
on.
he hasn't been able to get in his loft because it's been up to 36 degrees. So he started a new venture in his garden.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing a garden railway build at the moment. Don't forget to check out the garden railway O-gauge rebuild. We've just had episode 2 go out, and episode 3 will be being filmed next week, so stay tuned for that. So all joints are now soldered. Now that could be controversial. Now you need to leave room for expansion, more so when you're outdoors. What you will find is that if you've laid it in the hottest of weathers, then when it contracts, you're going to find a massive gap opens up somewhere. Just to warn you. So
This is extensive.
It
Jen,
is.
don't get any ideas.
Well, no, I mean we had.
Is that shed roof wrapping?
Great time.
What do you call it?
You mean roofing felt?
Yeah, is that?
It is,
roofing
yes.
felt?
Because you've got to protect the wood.
Oh, absolutely. Here we
What's that
go.
ballast?
Beep beep.
Peachy TT120 says quality bricklaying, Jenny.
Beep,
Absolutely. Oh, Smoky Joe. Warp speed, Mr. Zulu.
Food and Mara.
Yeah, well, there's a Smoky Joe. They hold the land speed record. And that's the thing. If they wanted to break the Steam record, all they need to do is make a full-size Smoky Joe. So there we are.
It's a long one, isn't it? This thing. Wow. Well, hey.
I've been doing.
Matron.
I'm getting triggered
There we
because
go.
I've been doing a lot of painting on fences at the moment, and I'm seeing a lot of fences there. Yeah.
That is cool.
Oh, and it
Yeah,
does.
good old
It
Smoky
can
Joe.
run slowly. They just choose not to. And that A4 is starting to behave itself.
It's
now.
gone
And I
back
tell you
now.
what, the squeak's gone.
Well, the
Well,
squeak's
from
gone.
there, it's moved over here actually.
The squeak has moved.
Soldered with wires, says Busby
Ah.
Junction. Right, so you loop them past the fish, but right, that makes sense. Absolutely. Oh, the D1 class from Rails. I don't actually have one of these.
D1.
The D1, well, the D class, some of them got rebuilt by Mansell. and they look a bit different, a little bit more modern for the era.
So would you say that that locomotive is D1 to have?
Just wait for that tumbleweed to go past. So much detail. Look at that.
That is nice.
That does look. I
Noisy,
do like
noisy.
the southern olive green livery. That is really, really nice. Jennifer Horton says there are 2 full-size Smoky Joes in the museum at Bowness and Nielsen, and a North British Railway version of the same design.
I didn't actually know that. Well, they've actually built a real Smoky Joe. Or what is it?
Well, no, it's based on a real locomotive. The Cali Pug.
Here we go. Here we go. It's inside.
Oh, it's a lovely looking locomotive, actually. I've got the
It really
D
is.
class in grey, the SECR Austerity Grey, and it does look really, really good.
Go on. Go on. Launch it. Launch it. Let's see you go. Come on. Come on.
Come on, Zoe, behave yourself.
J. Paul Anderson like my Joe. He thought
There it goes. There it goes. Beep beep.
Smooth.
Beep beep. Bow, bow. Beep beep beep. It's not a gronk, but it's pretty.
It is, actually. It's a lovely looking locomotive. I was tempted, actually, to buy one in the Austerity Grey, but I really do like that Mansell Green.
There it goes.
Of course, they were a little bit too late to get the fully lined out SECR livery that the D class got. Just a little bit later. Now, we've got John Walters. Big hello to you. Says hello from Manchester. Now, has Gandalf finished stuffing his face yet?
He went off to Hobbiton to get the halfling leaf.
You mean he's stoned?
No, he's...
Actually, it's a good job he's gone there, because if he was smoking it here, everything would be up in flames.
I don't know what you mean.
It'd be like a big purple jet coming from your vicinity.
That is wonderful. Thank you so much for sending that in.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for that. Really enjoyed that. It's coming on great. And
Yeah, it's looking good.
garden railways are always great fun. So we do have quite a lot of videos to get through. So we're going to move on. But thank you so much. And yeah, some of these 440s really are great models. The D class we've had actually sold out. May still be able to get some from Daypole directly. Rails did sell out. But the D1 class, I'm told, is selling out quite quickly. But I like the Midland Compound as well. Bachmann did, initially, they did number 1000 for the National Railway Museum, but also released general release and other livery options. And I do quite like them. The D11 as well was another one that Bachmann did for the National Railway Museum, Butler Henderson. There are some great 440s out there. Although, as Melchester Model Railway says, the D1 is an expensive model, £200. Unfortunately, a lot of models are at that kind of price bracket. It
Not
is
when
an
you buy them
expensive
second hand
model.
like I do.
Yeah, oh yeah, I made off like a bandit. I got, I managed to get a Daypole Pug, brand new in box. It just basically somebody else paid the depreciation. 65 quid from Arcadia Models on Friday.
I never find these bargains.
That's because she keeps going
I
in.
hear tell of everyone
Do you
else's
go
bargain
to
or success.
Arcadia Models?
I go to various model shops.
Have you been to Arcadia
Not
Models?
exactly what I would call local to me. The money it would cost me to get there would be getting the savings I would get.
Yeah, but that's a saving of 45 quid.
It cost me 25 quid to get there and back.
That's a saving of 20 quid.
How many miles per gallon does your bike get?
Yes.
Yes.
So,
It has some.
next up we have Michael Young, also known as the Frustrated Modeler, who says, here's a short video, trains running at the Egerman Staines Model Railway Club Open Day a few weeks ago. Mostly modern image running with the old Steam Special.
Oh.
The odd Steam Special.
Yes.
Excellent. Here we go. If you were to press the button, Jen, that would be great.
Pressing the button,
Here we
even
go.
as we speak. Oh, I say.
Ooh,
Is that the Class 800?
that looks nice.
I like the ballasting is good. You notice how we've got that slightly dirtier
Look at that
looking
animation
track?
in the background, though.
It-
It looks like a guy standing there.
Zoe, I tell you what, everybody can bring something to the Monday Club, but in your case, I think the thing you should bring is silence.
Oh.
But if you look in the foreground, I do like the dirtier looking ballast in the sidings. And there's a train of, are they, I can never remember, is it sea lions or sea cows of the air brake versions?
Oh, look at the way it snakes around. It does look good.
It does.
That's a hell of a size logo
I like
as well.
the crane in the foreground. Oh, that's the Walthers kit. I recognise it.
Durascale,
Yeah.
thingies there, what they're called.
The PTAs. Yeah.
PTAs.
This is a nice layout. It's great for just having trains running by. So I'm guessing, by the looks of it, you can run at least 3, possibly, 3 trains at the same time. This is nice.
It really is. That's a long loco.
Within Model Railway says, yeah, saucer of milk,
Jen.
table 3. Sea cow, says Malcolm Phillips. Stevie Film asks, does the silence apply to Craig's bottom?
Never. Absolutely not.
This is a lovely... Oh, there we go. There's the
Something encrypted.
the Hogwarts Express. It's a lovely layout, actually. I'm not a big fan of Modern Image, but this layout is pretty nice, especially just for watching trains go by.
I like the interesting.
Yeah.
Oh,
bonus!
Oh.
Is this real or just a really low down shot of a
No,
model?
this is real. So this is the Flying Scotsman. Choo choo! Chuff, 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 chuff.
I'm not convinced by that. You can see the strings.
Mark ones.
Strings. Take care, Simplazy. Thanks for coming along.
So there we are. That is lovely. Thank you so much.
That was great. Thank you very much. Oh,
Always like a bit of bonus action on the end. So
yeah, look
yeah,
at
I've
that.
got
Look at the
work in the
animation
morning.
on
Are
that.
you at work in the morning?
That looks real. That
Oh,
is
you
so well
lucky
done with that
guest.
smoke. That's a really good effect.
Yeah. So there we are. Some nice Mark 1s as well. They're much more graceful than the later coaches. And a bit of a... Is that a 47 or a 57?
That's a 47.
Chunky man cat.
If it was a 57,
Look at that. He's even got.
Oh!
Whoa!
Oh, he was so nearly bold, wasn't he? I bet he was like squeaky bum if he heard that coming up behind him.
Look at the animation on the glass.
So thank
That
you
was
so
well
much
done.
for that.
Well, there's me. Look at that. I hate DIY. What a good video to click on later on, boys and girls.
Yeah, they can't see that now because I pressed the button. I pressed the button.
No.
Did
But,
you? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. So there you are. See, you get recommended after videos on here. So right.
We've got 15 minutes left. We might have time for some more.
Oh,
Matron,
take them away.
We've got a few actually.
The screens. We can't go late tonight, unfortunately, because I do have work in the morning. So we'll get through what we can within the time period. So 13 minutes left. But again, if you want, what have you done?
You
Me?
chirping away.
No, that's just.
It's the chair. Oh, right.
57-305 Northern Princess. Always good to see. And yes, John JMC on message, hit that like button. Absolutely. And also share the stream and subscribe to the channel to be the first to know about new videos when they go up, including to make sure that you're reminded of next Monday's giveaway, courtesy of the TMC Summer Sale at 50% off RRP. They've got 2 different versions of the Gresley A1. What?
I was hoping you were still holding it. Get it closer so they can see it.
So there we go. This is brand new. It's never been out of the box, this one.
Yeah.
And this comes courtesy of TMC. Next Monday's Monday Club, you have to be in the stream to stand a chance of getting this for free. The latest of our giveaways. Don't say we don't give anything to the community.
We love to give back to the community.
We do. That's why we play people's videos and all sorts.
So next up we have from 57-305 Northern Princess. He says, I thought I'd share a video of Hornby Blue Pullman HST running at Whalley Model Railway Club Room.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice.
So here we go.
Pushing the button.
The Junction says, is Craig joining Zoe after?
Are you
The
doing your
size
stream?
of the Retrovator room is really so.
She's had a clear out.
Oh, yeah.
It's small, but
She's-
it could fit 2. But I'm going to be doing Indiana Jones.
What time's that on?
9:30.
Oh, I like the pipe gantry. Look at
Just
that.
a bit late, but I'll get it.
I like the pipe gantry. That's a nice thing there.
This is really nice. I don't think we've seen the Wally Club Room before, have we?
I don't know, but like 5 tracks there at least. So that is a pretty good sized layout.
Sorry, did you say you'd be doing Indiana Jones?
Yes.
Where is he?
Hey!
So you're going to join her on the stream
I
then?
need to get back home.
Okay.
Hey, talking of Indiana Jones, it reminded me of a photo that happened one time. I was campaigning for re-election, and I was wearing a hat because it was a hot day. But I happened to have my leather jacket on, and someone saw one of my election photos and suggested I was auditioning for the new Indiana Jones. Hey.
Re-elect Indiana Jones. It belongs in a museum.
Oh yes, that would be your tagline. Mike Lane TT120 says the A4 Sir Nigel Gresley is so cool, well repaired. Just a spot of oil. It just shows a little spot of oil goes a long way. And in all fairness, that locomotive is not run in a long, long time. So I've got them out because it's the 85th anniversary
nice,
of.
layout.
Oh, I do like that footbridge. I did see somebody posted an article on. It may even have been in Railway Modeller or something about the making of that footbridge. They've done a good job, actually.
That is a really good job. Is it scratch built? I
That's a
don't think
nice
it's a
shot.
No,
kit.
it's kit bashed from.
Right.
I think it's the Ratio or Wills signal box kits, multiple thereof.
Wow.
Plus something else from the Wills range for the abutments. Busby Junction says, "Night all, gotta go. You take care. Been great having your company, and hopefully see you again next time." I like the signals. Oh, I like that. You see that hoarding
that's a
there?
very-
That is a lovely hoarding. Hey, I tell you what, the other photo they did. In the winter, I wore my big coat, my big brown long coat. That makes me look a little bit like the 10th Doctor. Someone
Would you like a
photoshopped.
jelly baby?
Someone photoshopped the TARDIS behind me.
Did they?
It's brilliant. It's like I knew I looked a bit like
Yes,
Doctor Who.
yes. Photoshopped.
Did you
Yes.
get a copy of that picture?
They're on Facebook. I shared them because it was hilarious.
But were they doing it to take the pee out of you? Or were
Absolutely, they were.
But did
Quite
it did it backfire?
Well, I didn't get re-elected, so.
Yes. But that's the fickle nature of politics.
Well, that's it, isn't it? Yeah, it's like I say to everyone, you can't go into it expecting to win them all. I'm going to jump this on a little bit, see what else we've got.
Tim Krinsky, Tim Krinsky, who very generously paid for 50 memberships. Unbelievable generous. I didn't even know you could do that. But he asks, J-Pol N has a silver A4. Did they actually have one painted in silver? There was 4.
Silver, was it Silver?
Silver
Street?
Link, Silver Fox, Silver King, and Quicksilver were originally done in silver. In fact, if you reach around behind you,
Hey!
there's Les's down there. I think it's Silver Fox. It could be Silver. You sit on the top. Just the one on the
There you
top.
go, I'll give you a reach around.
So,
Oh, mate.
this actually is
Whoa, look
Silver
at that.
Link.
That's a brilliant angle.
So this belongs to Les Cliff. He still hasn't been back to pick it up. I did some
That
repair
is a
work.
hell of an angle for a
So
shot.
this is the Hornby one, and I will grant that this is a really quite pretty livery, but I've elected myself to go for the BR livery. But
You elected yourself?
that belongs to Les Cliff. But yeah,
Is
so
this in your new...
Hornby have done all 4 in the silver livery.
You elected yourself. Is this from your new democratic nation of Genitopia?
Yep, that's the one. So David,
One
it's my
woman,
home
one
railway.
vote.
Oh.
What's happened?
Nick at Bletchton High Level says, news just in, the crew that rebuilt Sir Nigel Gresley will be starting work on the restoration of Bitton of Mr. Hoskins's fame in the next couple of years. Oh,
Nice.
so we will see another A4 on the main line
2 at
yet.
the same time.
This is really nice. We're going to have to jump on now.
So thank you so much for that. Also, John JMC
That was wonderful. Thank you very much.
has a video with the AWS fitting. I suspect it's one that you might need to hear the sound
I
on,
thought so.
but we will share that link. So, what we will do is we'll get that link out there. So we've got 6 minutes left. But if it's talking heavy, we can't play the audio because we've got no way of monitoring. Plus, we can end up hit with a copyright
I'm going to
strike.
play it anyway.
Hi everyone, John James.
Billy's replacement speakers.
So,
See here, so obviously, as you've probably heard, Jenny's chatting about my automatic braking control, automatic warning system, my AWS. That I'm basically going to be fitting into my Saturn's Class 24, just there. Now, the Saturn's 24 has a hall sensor that can be used with the Plux 22 decoder. And what's basically going to happen is, this is basically the function, this is the sound slot for that particular function. So there's a few more little boxes, etc. in there.
This is
and
one
it
that if you want to learn about
things
how
and behaves to various
to
different
add
responses.
AWS warnings.
So what I can do
to
is I can basically
your
show
decoder.
you
This is
what happens here.
John's
So
project is.
wait for my volume
You can
control
even
thing
use
to
that
disappear,
outside.
excuse me. And what we can do is basically, this is the mute of the function. When we activate the function, which is done by the hall sensor, we get a function equals true, and then at the same token we get a timer
very good.
in place. So the action is then the timer.
Successful.
So this is done by what we call the SCV. So if we go into the decoder setup on the CV, we can look at CV170 and then we can adjust this to suit. At the moment the value is 10, it's not seconds or anything like this, so it adjusts, you need to adjust it accordingly. So I'm going to set this to 30, it was a little bit quick beforehand. So if I now go back to the slot, that timer will be triggered when I activate the function, which will be done by the hall sensor.
There is a link
That
in the
will
chat,
then play
so if
the
you want to watch
horn,
this later
and it
on
will
properly,
loop
then you
the
can.
horn
I certainly
up
will
to the
do.
point
it's,
the timer either
right,
runs out,
it's,
which then destroys the
explanation.
vacuum,
Right, I get
and then it goes into a waiting state
So-
where the brake is activated. That's what this slot
There's only
here,
a short
so
bit
these
here.
states basically have logics implied to them, which is brake 3, which is the emergency brake setup. So again,
John
that's
is a bit of a
controlled by
prodigy.
CVs in the decoder menu
John
itself, so you can
JMC
change
is
that and
our
adjust it to
guru
suit.
of sounds.
So
John's
what I'll do is
sending
I'll
me
quickly just
video
activate the simulator side of it.
local as well.
So
So
we'll
you
get
got
this.
it working
This is in the
then.
dormant state now, and it's basically waiting.
Yeah,
Now,
that's what he was doing
this
on Sunday
function
night.
here, this button here I'm going to push, is basically done with the aid of the... That will basically come on when the hall sensor is triggered by the magnet in the middle of the track.
Making the use of
I mean,
DCC.
John is the
So
guru
this then
of
plays
sound. And basically, if you
the
can't
sensor.
fit sound to something, it is not possible to fit sound to
If
it.
the brake is pushed,
Although he
then
has sound
it
fitted
comes out of that
with
state.
trolley before.
If I then
Sound
trigger it
fits
now,
one of the open
and I then
Quarry
don't do
Hunters
anything,
and
the timer will run
those
out
daylight.
to 0, and then it'll be a case of that will then go into the destroy vacuum, and then it's in the waiting state
That
now
won't be a
until
Tuesday
I
show.
either
No, we were
deactivate the
just
function
testing out
or
that
I
sound.
I
cycle
was quite
the
excited.
brake
What's
on and
what
off,
is this
and
bounty
then we'll be
before
able
me?
to carry
What
on.
is
What is this?
So
What
I hope
is
that gives
this?
you guys a bit of an explanation as to what's going on. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below. Take care everyone, bye bye.
And people start
Thank you
saying
so
this,
much for sending that in. That was brilliant.
And then people say, like, it's going to be a Tuesday club this week. It's like,
See, you
I haven't. Like,
there is some. No, no, no.
do
You
not.
will spend all of your time in front of the camera feeding
Yeah.
the algorithm and like it.
Yeah, I have a job. Unfortunately, I don't earn enough from YouTube to just do this full time.
Okay, so the final
However-
thing we're going to have, these are photos sent in from NWin's 3D
Oh,
of his chip shop.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's creating a 3D printed
Did
or
anyone's recently make an announcement about something as well?
yeah. This is the first chip shop ready for assembly. So he's been creating these. If you can bring
Okay,
that up.
so we've brought that up on the laser display screen.
Here's all the components that they've produced.
What
So
is
these-
it called?
So these 3D printed.
They look like it, yeah. And he's making it ready for assembly.
It looks like resin as well. Right,
That looks
silver.
amazing. Oh, I need one. I need to put one together.
All right.
Yeah, that would be cool. So thank you very much,
so
Jan
much for
Wins.
that.
And then I had to bring up. So I didn't see you show off.
You missed the third one.
No, I had switched to a different email. I didn't want to show off people's email addresses, you know, on the system. So yeah,
Oh, Zoe, you with your GDPR.
I don't want £1 million fine because I can't afford it.
Well, you can't pay it then, can you?
That looks brilliant. The way he's assembling it all together, it's going to be great. I'm really, really looking forward to it.
Thank you so much for that.
I need a chip shop. I'm going to call it Billy's Replacement Cod Phillips or something like that.
No, the Codfather.
The Codfather. I've actually seen it. Is
Oh,
this
the
an
place to
N-gauge
bring.
chippy? Can McDonald's get any smaller?
Can I just say, I mean, you can't see it because Les mounted it about on the low side. But one of those buildings you can just see the top floor of is actually
The Codfather.
No, it was something like Bill's Place,
Bill's Place.
Billy's place.
something like that.
Oh, yeah.
But it's mounted too low. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's a way I can lever them off and move them
I
up.
wouldn't. I really wouldn't. It's nicely done the way it is.
Green machine.
The what, sorry?
Green machine. Have you done this for
Okay, guys, it's 9 p.m.
So, actually, I mean, if you want to get started downstairs, because then people will be
I'm
punted
not
over.
starting at 9. I can't start at 9. I've got
All
to get
right.
everything set up.
So you want me? So if you bog
No,
off,
you don't need to spend half an hour. Don't worry.
we can have a little bit of trains running, but I'm just thinking it works best if it bumps people over.
You love a bit of bumping.
Yeah, bump and
I
grind.
like to bump it, bump it.
Bump and grind. Oh yes, you do.
Oh,
It's
I've
what
not
you
seen
do.
this size yet. This is interesting.
What have you seen? Not seen?
This bit of the sharing the screen.
Yeah, you can have it so at the end of your stream, it moves people onto another stream.
So you are in fact crossing the screens.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. So you can be the keymaster.
Okay, so I'm going to jump off. It has gone quick tonight. It really has. It's been like...
It always does, yeah.
All I got to do when I wasn't up here with you guys was set up my photo lab and then take some pictures of locomotives. I was supposed to be editing. I thought I'll get a head
Yeah,
start
yours-
on the Wednesday video. It'll be
How
really
far
efficient.
into that are you?
I took the photos.
Because when will you have that ready by?
I'm staying up tonight to get it done
Oh, well, that's very good of you. Thank you.
because I promised the Jenny Kirk patrons that they would get it early.
Oh, that's okay, because I promised TMC the same.
You are a slave driver. Right, guys, we're going to press now. Jen is not even looking at the screen anymore, by the way. I'm going to press this button. We're going to start just having a roving cam. Bum, 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 bum. The train now departing is the 2102 service to Butts 40. That's the
Oh, yeah, sorry about
2102
that.
service to Butts 40. Stopping at Bolton Trinity Road, Grove Street Yard, Binneth Tattis, Tattis Newith, Eindhoven, Pittsburgh somehow, and then on to Butts 40. That's the 2102 service to Butts 40. If you go up to the loft today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go up to the loft today, you'll never believe your eyes. For every train there ever was has gathered together because today's the day that Jenny does the Monday Club. Good night. Monday Club for everyone. So come and join the fun. You don't need to have farty bums. Who's
Hello,
this?
this is our guru of sound.
Wow. Hello. Right, I've got to run off.
You know, we're still
I don't want to see that thing again, John.
Can I just say, we're live on air, please don't swear.
That's funny. I'm still watching you, so I've just muted the camera. So
I'm watching
Yeah.
you, watching me, watching you.
So, hold on, let's just bring that back up. So, do you want to show? This is John JMC, our guru of sound, has video called us. So there's John JMC. Look at that, you're live on air, please don't swear. Right, any...
the camera was selected on the right one, but never mind.
Hey, what? No,
I don't think your camera's on.
I'm currently looking at an A4 and a turntable.
Oh, don't worry, there's a buffer. You'll see yourself. Yeah, so,
Oh, there you go.
There you are, mate.
There we go.
So, right.
You got it working, John?
Yeah.
He has, he's got it working, look.
So 1 class 24. Drive it. And then the magnet is just there.
So good night, everybody. We will be doing just having some trains running around. We've got a couple of A4s on just to celebrate the 85th anniversary of Mallard's speed run, and a big thank you again to Tim and his amazing generosity, and that is really kind for you to have gifted all those memberships. And of course, anybody who's found themselves gifted a Monday Club membership, that does give you a lot of extra perks, and you can effectively now, thanks to Tim, you can try for a month and decide if it's for you, then you can keep going. But thank you so much.
I think you broke it, mate. You got it.
And if you're wondering what the chat going on in the background is, it's John JMC, the guru of sound, is video calling Craig, the guru of farting.
Oh, I don't like my name.
He's so kind, isn't he?
That whistle, then?
That whistle was... hold on.
Oh, the automatic function control on the
Yeah.
GPS thing.
It's doing its thing, but it's a bit quiet compared to all the other
Did
noise.
you get it working, John?
I did indeed, mate. Yeah.
It's not working now, though, is it?
No, it's working fine. So hang on, look. If I reverse the function, so if I brake...
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh, we've got a tumble of clowns!
Right.
I'm going to touch the function. Right, you'll hear the AWS horn go off as it goes over the magnet.
Oh, yeah.
So, now, if I don't touch the controller...
Yeah, it's worked. It puts the emergency brakes on. That's
So
really
John
clever.
JMC, our guru of sound, has made it
push
work.
the button and then it just resumes where it left off.
That's really good, mate. That's brilliant.
So if you send it back the other way, if you push the function before the timer runs out, then it just carries on as normal, like an AWS button in a cab. So,
That's
yeah, it
superb,
actually
mate.
works.
Brilliant. Thanks for that, man. Nice one.
It wasn't actually that hard to do it, and the amusing thing was I posted a comment about saying I was going to do it, and I've literally done it while you guys have been live on air, so...
That's what he's been doing.
Nice. I do love that layout. For anybody who's watching thinking, what they're talking about, we're actually having a look at John JMC's layout, and it does look amazing.
It is a big old thing. It is
Yeah.
nice. That's really good, mate. That's lovely.
Let it go back. I went going too far now, didn't I?
I would assume that is a lock programmer function map then, not a JMRI thing.
Good night, Tim Krinsky, and thank you again for your amazing generosity in gifting all those channel memberships. So that is an incredible thing to do. I didn't even know you could do that, but thank you so much. And definitely, you are the absolute legend of tonight. Thank you.
Where's the screen gone? Has it moved over?
I don't know.
No, it's still going.
Is it? Oh, you're in the background, yeah.
Who's got you?
I just muted the sound because I didn't want it playing through the camera device. Excellent.
Nice one, mate.
leaving pins.
Alright, man. See you soon.
Yeah, I'll speak soon.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
He's a clever son, though, isn't he?
Yeah, you know, people can still hear us.
Oh, no, he's really clever. That's brilliant stuff. That really is clever stuff.
Yeah. All right. So, at some point we will be stopping the stream, and that will be sending everybody over to the Game Hammer Classic gaming stream. So, if you want to catch up with all of the classic retro gaming goodness, then just stick with us, and you'll be moved automatically across. And you're right there, Craig. Craig appears to be... Do you want to swap seats now? Because You look like somebody who's not really good on a puff. Sitting on a puff.
It's not that, I need to stretch my legs.
Oh yeah. Right, you move yourself over there. I'll just stand up. Burn marks on this. Anybody would think that you'd been getting a bit methane.
Have I burned your puff?
You've burnt my puff with your bottom. Oh, this is low, isn't it?
It is low. My back is killing me.
When you spend the Monday Club on that thing, it's...
After about an hour of being sat in that puff, I regretted my decision. So offer it
Did
up.
you start re-evaluating your life
I
choices?
absolutely did.
Yeah. Oh, this is low, isn't it?
It's very low.
Right. And if anybody was wondering about the Terrier that we talked about earlier on, then that should be coming up. And you just see that there. Got that for 65 quid from Arcadia Models. Always worth checking out Tim at Arcadia's second-hand table. And that was pretty much 2 weeks old from Daypol. Somebody had bought it and changed their mind. So somebody else paid the depreciation for me. And you'll see the Laureate Y and the AA20 brake fan from Rapido as well. Yes, New Junction, he has definitely got some wind going on. So it is a bit windy. Are you alright up there? It's
No, I'm fine. I'll stand up.
Did you? Well, that's where the eggs have risen to. Oh, hey! That 56 is getting in on the eggs.
When you stand up here, there is a noticeable difference in the quality of air.
Is it?
Everything has risen.
Is it better or
Everything
worse?
looks worse, far worse. Everything.
Is it? Is it a bit
Well, it's risen, it can't escape, so it's just sort of...
bit nuclear?
Yeah. Is that the shunter's shelf up there? It is, isn't it? You got loads of little short locals on, haven't you?
I've got loads up there. I mean, it's. Can
got a little packet?
Can I just get in there for the? Can you move your?
Sorry, go on.
We have a technical issue which I can fix. There we go. There we. Oh, that's nice. The shunter shelf, yes. And over here as well.
Is that a blue class 8 as well? It is.
It's actually technically a class 11.
Oh, well.
But it is the Bachmann 08 model. It was done as a special commission in Longmoor Military Railway livery as Basra.
Right. Has
The model zone.
Has that DP1 still got the decoder in it?
It's actually got an ESU Lockdown 5 that needs re-blowing.
Has it?
It currently sounds suspiciously like a fell.
Didn't you try the Holman thing with that?
I did, yes. Oh, incidentally, guys, so a little bit of news. The Class 55 sound file on the Hornby HM7000 decoders is being reworked. So look out for that. They have reprocessed the sounds because they weren't happy with the some of the extraneous noises and the balance. And a big thank you to Brian Harper, who has joined us on the Jenny Kirk membership as well. Thank you so much. Oh, ring ring. And if you're interested, the two sound files that you can hear playing are the Hornby HM7000 decoders for the Class 56 and the Class 73. I'm going to turn that onto electric mode now, the 73. Oh, you want that? Oh, and the look on your face. Oh. If you'd have squeezed any harder, we could have been in for a bit of a walk like John Wayne moment from you.
Creep. I have to say, not because I've been watching it go back and forth on that, but I really do like that Class 27. So the one there, the green one.
That one?
That's lovely, yeah.
That's Hellion Class 27
Very
we've got.
nice.
So I'll see if I can pick that up.
Is that factory weather?
It is, yeah.
That's actually a really nice job for factory weathering. That's lovely.
It's
That's really nice.
I got it from Rails actually, a very good price. But it's yeah, factory weathered, Class 27. But I like the livery because it's BR green, but with the tops number.
Yeah. Green and yellow, it's nice.
And it's also, you can still see the remains of the white window surrounds.
Yeah. No, it's a very pretty little loco. I like that.
Yeah, it's the only class 27 I've got. I've got 126 and 127.
I thought it was a 33 at first.
No. They do have a little bit of a similar front end.
Like a round.
Yeah, New Junction, yeah. You may have heard it, I can bloody smell it.
Same. I've got a microphone in my head.
Yeah, no smoking for a little while, at least till the air clears.
Listen, I'm not normally this flatulent.
Are you saying that there's something to do with the Cupboard Monkeys lasagna?
It's always cooking is very good, but it's potent.
And that's it, if you're ever a guest on the Monday Club, you do get well fed.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So we're going to be drawing the stream to a to a close. Flammo German one says, "Good night, David. Sure. Catch up next week if you can't bear the fart gags on playback." And Shaky Hands Shed Model Railways is, it is a bit of a hazardous waste area.
No, it says she won't be long.
Right. So we're going to go we'll another couple of minutes, and then you'll find yourself moved over to the Game Hammer Classic Gaming. You can go down if you want. Yeah.
Okay.
So Craig is taking his bottom elsewhere.
Bye bye, everybody.
Yeah, bye bye bottom. I will do. Yeah.
You can keep the tarts.
The what? The tarts. Well, if you pass them through. What happened there? You knocked them. But luckily, I caught you GT3.
You have to choose. Serve the tarts or serve the loco.
I chose the loco.
You chose well.
You chose wisely. You pass them into the Cupboard Monkey.
And you pass them into the monkey's cupboards.
The monkey's lair. Like, oh no! Don't spank the monkey. Craig is now showering the entire house with cherry bakewells. Crumbs for everybody. Remember, you drop a crumb, you feed a cockroach. What's that by your foot? Are you ready, Zoe? Tell me when and I'll round off and pass people over. This is your 30-second warning. We're going to be moving over to Game Hammer Classic Gaming. All you need to do is be ready for some retro gaming goodness. You ready? Zoe? Can I let people through? Okay, so all change. And we're going to be moving you over to Gamehammer Classic Gaming. Thank you for joining us. Your evening's entertainment goes retro with the Cupboard Monkey. Take care.